everybody? Welcome into another one of our Turboblaze Trials tournaments here on a Friday night. We hope that you guys are having a great night. Before we get into it, we just want to give our sponsors over at Collectors Connection a shout out. You can check out their website, obviously, at collectorsconnectionduluth.com for their list of events nightly. And so here Lee and I are for another one of our awesome Friday night Turboblaze Trials events. We are super excited. We've got over 20 entrants for tonight's tournament, so this is going to be a awesome showing for everything tonight. How are you, Lee?
Oh, I'm fantastic, Logan. Thank you for asking. 20 people, yeah, that's quite a bit. Excited to be up in the booth with you on this one.
Absolutely, bro. I think we'll start out just looking at some of the pairings right off the rip. SBO didn't pair into any of the Blazers, so we'll just go to table one. We're going to watch Chucky, the last 3K champion from Full Grip Games himself, Wonk Daddy, the kind of bounty hunter from the crew. So we're going to pop over to table one and check out their perspective for this first game. All right.
Set share videos. I'll do it.
All right, coolly. We'll get everybody set up here. We are waiting for Chucky to come into the table, but as soon as they get in there, then we will get all this fired off. Looks like Johan is first on the board into this game tonight against Chucky. Let's take a look at what they're both playing. Chucky, we know Chucky's on Milo Pump, our conventional hydro pump list, featuring the melodic engine. Lets you recycle those resources. What do you see that Johan's on tonight, Lee?
I'm not sure what list he's on. I do know Johan a little bit personally. He was a person I did a card swap with about a month or two ago, and he actually just sent me a Hisuian Basculin to put into Milo Pump. So the games that I have piloted with it recently have had his signature on it.
Oh, you're gonna love this. They're on double hit grass. It looks like, Lee.
Gets Milo Pump, yeah. They can get that out quick enough before like a call for family. The game could be very interesting for sure. The duality of the jump pluff and the dipline takes a bit of setting up, but there's definitely ways to get there and to hit above 60, 70 damage to take double knockouts. So I'd imagine kind of got to lead into the wishy-washy if you're seeing that kind of pressure.
Right.
And if not, then it's going to be a couple prizes, right?
Yeah, definitely right. So Chucky taking just a second to get into the table, it looks like. But with the running timer, we kind of have an idea of extensions and what we need to be able to have in terms of the time. So let's take a look at the metagame while Lee and I are waiting on some of these players to get set up. So it looks like tonight, Lee, we've got 4 Psychic decks, 4 Water decks, 4 Colorless decks, along with 3 Fighting, 2 Grass, a Metal, 1 Dragon. So that's a rarity these days to not see like box. Yeah, only 1 Dragon list and 1 Fire list. So a lot of these players looking to get a badge with these colors, going 4-0 in the stream in the tournament tonight, so that they can get a possible invitation into our end of the year Gym Elite 4 challenge. And bro, that's such an exciting perspective, man. There's not many people who are doing anything like that in the space right now. I know Chucky himself is putting up $1,000 for anybody who can make it through the gauntlet of the Turboblaze squad, and I'm for one am very excited to compete in that. I know that nobody's taking that money from us, Lee.
Yeah, no, I mean if the 3K champ is putting up 1,000 on us, I'm not I don't think so either, Logan. I got to be honest. That's a tall task. There's a lot of cardboard that got to go your way.
So let's get these players set up, Lee. We'll get everybody's playmats situated here. We got Chucky on the left, and we have got Johan or Gavin on the right side tonight.
Mhm.
This first match.
I'm excited to finally see Chucky on the stream too. Like we said, we probably seen him at the 3K on the stream, but as a Blazer, I believe this is a first.
Yep,
I think you've
absolutely.
seen almost everybody else, except for Chuck. So it's an honor to be able to call him on first game on his type water.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And you and I, we both know this archetype pretty well. The Milo Pump deck. It's the deck that I took down the 1K in Atlanta with, the Gubu Hobby Store 1K. This deck is both aggressive yet consistent enough to be behind. It is full of surprises when it comes to springing traps for initial knockouts. So if um, this double hit grass does go on the offensive and take a couple early KOs because of Chucky's board setup, then a reversal whale could be swinging for multiple turns, and that's not something that this grass player is going to want to get through. I know that they can boost the damage up with the Lurantis and the tools that they have access to, but it's not somewhere that you want to be living against a 240 HP whale lord sitting in your face.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one line in the deck to deal with that, I believe, and it's going to have to be like the Diplin with a max bench or a combination of like, Lurantis, Muscle Band,
Yeah.
Those kind of things. But that's going to be a lot to ask for. I think their best shot is to get into jump bluff early. But like you said, you take two, even four, and as long as you got the Sobble and the whale around, like you're never out. Like assuming you can find a reversal or the attached whatnot. You can even take one of those hits, and if you have access to Malilana Rough and you can go into the next turn, not relief, Fury, knockout. In some instances.
Yeah, we know how strong Malo and Lana is in this Milo Pump deck, being able to mitigate and scathe off most of the hits in the format, healing that 120 damage in a turn, and having the ability to search out those cards with the engine of the Octillery, or with the engine of, Octillery too, being able to draw through the deck, but the ability to tutor certain cards out with the Inteleon line and with the Melodic line out of the discard pile. It just turns your entire deck into one of the best resource management decks in the format that can manage almost perfectly if you kind of route it right, take your routes correctly.
Absolutely. Like Chucky finally finds a basic there. I'm not quite sure how many mulligans he just gave.
Yeah, it was quite a couple. I do know that for sure.
Remoraid and a
Petlil, yep. Remoraid and a Petlil. Chucky going first, it looks like, Lee, correct? Okay. Yeah, he did give, like you said, some mulligans over to Gavin on the right side tonight. Let's see if we can get an idea of what Chucky's going for off this level ball. We know that Chucky does want to get the Hisuian Basculin established so that it can gather the crew as early as next turn. And so even if he has to give up this Remoraid on turn 1, which, wouldn't be the most likely of things from the grass deck. The grass usually wants to play a little bit slower. And Lee, let's take a look in the list. I wouldn't imagine that I would see a grass list these days without that Itchy Pollen from the Budu. But could be wrong. Yeah, no, Budu is in the deck, so I would imagine that, it's more of an Itchy Pollen route if, Gavin were to be able to get into that instead. Yeah. Yep. So we know that Johan, if they do have an energy drop, will be able to get into that itchy pollen this turn. But Chucky has done a very good job in establishing a bench that can sustain. We'll be able to retreat into that basculin and start gathering the crew next turn. It's kind of exactly where you want to be from the Milo pump side, in my opinion. Yep. We'll allow him to get out of there if needed. Next turn. Along with possibly getting an energy started on, a whale if Chucky can find. Um, well, we're not going to be searching it out, so probably going to need Brooklet Hill to search it out beforehand. We do see Badu searched out along with the Turtwig. Pretty common grass start with the 2 cards grabbed. You'd probably like to see a. Let's see. Was looking for a Rosalia line in the deck, but I do not see Rosalia and I do not see Roserade. So that is not an option for Gavin. They are on the Venomoth, though, that we know from our good friend Ghoulies is another menacing card with its Perplexing Powder, being able to shut off items even further into the game than the Badu can for 1 grass energy, and also Confusion. Confusion's a very powerful effect in the Pokemon TCG when it comes to the way that we manage our resources with our decks. A lot of decks are not running that many item switches these days, so you rely on your Guzmas and your retreats to be able to get out of Confusion. Most players are not happily flipping a coin to try to attack in. Lee, you agree with that, right? Yeah, I think so. All right. Yeah, bro, and this is why Raise is just such a good card, right? Because in the face of one of Water's most devastating issues, right? Ability lock or item lock, right? Like just like you said, not being able to play your capacious buckets, not being able to play your ball cards to search out to get set up. You definitely love to see a Raizu on this turn, just to be able to continue to flesh out this board. Yeah. I just like I kind of imagined. Yep. If we want to be able to get the attachment. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, no, for sure. And so now we just want to see, I just want to see anyway, any attachment down onto this Whalmer. I would like to see, just a basic water drop this turn would be perfect for me. Yeah, that's the beauty of starting the Remoraid, right? If you are able to play these down, then able to just kind of patch everything up the rest of the way. Absolutely. You're not like pressed at this point. You know, you see Gavin's board presenting. Okay, so here's a turf field. Turf field coming into play indicates immediately that Gavin's going to be able to kind of get rolling this turn. They're going to be able to search out the Grottle at the very least, and there's Grottle to go fetch out another Pokemon. I would imagine what it leads probably the evolution of the Hoppip, the Skiploom, right? That can attach an energy and go fetch out the Jumpluff. So I could, we definitely could see an attack this turn launch from Gavin's side of the board. Yep. Yeah, Gavin definitely threatening some devastating plays on this turn if they are able to get into everything. Okay, so we're going to attach the energy to this other poke. It's very interesting to me, huh, Lee? I mean, what does that say? Is that, what, Skiploom or Jumpluff maybe prized, right? Possibly?
You kind of have to put Drizzile up there. Haven't seen the supporter yet.
All right. So I think finally now we've got everything sorted with our audio, hopefully. Lee, you went out on us on YouTube for just a little bit, but we got you back now.
Oh, okay.
Our good. It's perfect. So I had mentioned, I imagine everyone did hear as I was watching it, that Lee and I are out here tonight casting for our Turboblaze Trials, the second iteration, week number 2. And we've tuned in to Chucky and Gavin on the first matchup of the night. And our good buddy Lee. Lee, you want to fill us in, man, on how you're doing tonight one more time for the people in the back?
Yeah, that's that's perfectly okay. I'm doing all right. I'm excited to be in the booth, off the tables tonight, commentating over a 20-person plus tournament. Getting to commentate with Chucky, our last 3K champion, is going to be pretty exciting. The first time we've seen him featured on the channel, so I'm just happy to be a part of the journey. I'm feeling all right. Yeah.
All right. Gavin still going through the turn here. Whew. Chucky's got a handful of items, bro.
That's tough.
I can't really tell exactly what Gavin's, because Gavin's just a little bit zoomed out on us. You tell what supporter that is, Lee, that he played? Obviously, it manipulated Chucky's hand in some way. Was it an in?
I will have to click on the screen to see if I can.
Yeah.
It looks like a plasma border card.
That's what I thought.
What could that even be? Like, Getstus or something?
Let's take a look at the list. Let me pull the list up.
Yeah, that'll tell you for sure.
Oh my gosh, bro, it is a Getsus.
No way I was right.
Yeah, dude. So Getsus for everybody at home. Yeah, that's the supporter that our boy Gavin just played. Your opponent reveals his or her hand and shuffles all item cards you find there into their deck. Then they draw a number of cards equal to the number of item cards that your opponent shuffled into the deck. Gavin, ironically, hits every item card that Chucky almost has access to, it looks like, in his hand. It was like a buddy buddy pop and a ball. There was so much going on in that hand. But here comes the teammates. Teammates is going to patch this up really nicely for Chucky as he can search out probably the Inteleon. Also, Inteleon will be able to search out some additional resources for Chucky. Let's see. We're going with a off of the teammates. I see one card, right? We've got the professor's letter, but not really seeing what else Chucky is taking off this, Lee.
Yeah, I'm not super sure. You'd assume that he would have access to the Frostmoth and the pivot at the very least.
I'm so confused. Like, why would you not just take another card, right? There's no reason to not. He's not under item lock. I mean, clearly he has access to the attack with the whale this turn.
Rope, yep.
Yeah, rope, but again, it's just like weird to me, Lee. Unless we just didn't see the other card that he selected off of teammates. Maybe he just like grabbed it real quick. But
yeah, I mean, and the problem here too is Diplin almost has the damage on board.
Right.
80, you bench one more, that's 100. You get one damage modifier that could look like one Lilligant, a muscle band.
Yep.
And then you're knocking out the whale.
And Gavin has search here. So, and let's see, is that Rosa from Gavin's side? So, like, it all could come together right here.
I mean, if that's Rosa, that's literally it, right?
That's what it looks like.
A trainer card could be the stadium that you need for the Diplin. The Pokemon can be the Lilligant, and then I mean, obviously an energy, and then you can search out that last bench space with the
with the Grotto. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean it's on the table right now.
Mm-hmm. So then the onus will be on Chucky to respond next turn. If this whale can get essentially one hit with the double hit attack from the Diplin. Now, notably, Diplin is also going to have the stadium in play, right, Lee, to be able to attack twice.
Yeah, you're going to need the
one more piece, but it just comes off of Rosa, like you had mentioned. Yep, there we go. So Rosa to fetch out the Grass Energy, the Festival Grounds, and can't really tell what that Pokemon is. I think it's the Lilligant, though. Kind of like we had.
I mean, I hope it is, because if not, it's going to be 20 short. And then you have to find one more to put on the bench here, too.
Yeah.
Which, like we said, Grottle, it's there. If it is, you know.
This is kind of a sketchy spot to be in for Chucky. He can respond with an Inteleon next turn if he has that technology. But no free pivots on the board right now. No retreat tools. So that's just going to be more pieces that Chucky's going to need to have access to. I'm really confused what came off of that teammate's last turn other than the professor's letter. It may have been the rope.
Find another Pokemon to bench.
He's got it.
Oh, no.
Oh, well.
200. We know Malamon is in the discard pile, though.
So did he not have... He may not have had access to the Lilligant, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly...
Yeah. So that's 2 Pokemon prized on Gavin's side.
Yeah, I mean, the Lilligant, like we said, like, going into that play, that gets it done there. And that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and we imagine that the Jumpluff is prized too, so you can think there that in his last 5 prize cards, both of those pieces not available to him.
And I mean, honestly, he was fortunate to even have it that turn
Yeah,
because Chucky had played the escape rope to
right.
kind of like bail him out of that. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
that's yeah, that's something.
I'm curious as to the lines in that last turn for Chucky, but I imagine that did what he had to do. I just can't see a world where you leave yourself without Inteleon or where Inteleon is not one of the cards that's grabbed off of that teammates to kind of string all of this together. And then, at that point,
Ooh,
Avery's pretty strong, right? It's going to limit
Avery,
the
pretty good.
ability. Gonna limit some of Gavin's damage coming Chucky's way from the Diplin. Also going to take the threat of Lilligan out of play. Now, in a couple of months, when the new Mega Evolution set is live, the Force card could allow all of these Pokemon to evolve at this point in the game. So, just something to make note of for the future, Lee.
Yeah, Lana's Aid, Clara, Revitalizer, those stocks are way up.
Absolutely. But that Avery play means that this damage is sticking around on this whale. So, it's not going to take much to be able to take a knockout on it in response here from Gavin.
I mean, you still got to do 40 here, but yeah, it was that Torterra in the active
It
now.
is. Yeah, he's got access to Torterra with 2 evolutions on board, so we're doing 100 right here with this Evo Press at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look. I think that's maybe the Buzzwole down on Gavin's side of the board too. Is that other Pokemon, Lee?
What just happened?
Gavin played Escape Rope, bringing for Chucky Wishy-Washy into the active. So now Gavin's not going to have enough damage to take this knockout. What a kind of misplay from Gavin's side there, Lee. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you see Whale take Whale here. Even if it just has 40 on it, like you don't want to leave the door open for a Mallow and Lana plus Rough Seas, because then you go from 200 damage that you did to it to 50 damage on it, 190. Like that's not that's tough.
Yeah, and Spence mentioned, and this is Mickey's grass list. Looks like in the chat.
Wish he stays in the active there off
Okay.
of the scatter.
So that does make it a little awkward for Chucky, because now you have a 3 retreat Pokemon in the active that you're not going to be able to charge up. We know that the deck only runs, a handful +1 of water energy, and you see 3 committed to the Wailord already, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So now, and I don't know if I were Chucky there, if I would have allowed Gavin to take the prize with the Torterra, because in my headspace, if Chucky could just get one more energy onto the Wailord and be able to knock out this Torterra in one hit, then that does, great leaps and bounds for his board as well, being able to remove one of Gavin's main threats. We know that he already has some Pokemon down from Chucky's Avery and the knockouts that he's been taking, so recovery is going to have to start getting committed soon from Gavin's side of the board, you would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're gonna want to get that Diplin back. Festival Ground's still in play here. We see scoop up nets, so if we see the energy, we're still getting through there.
I like the scoop up net, so I was hoping that there was possibly that play as an out for Chucky there. So here we go. We're also going to see a scoop up net in conjunction with Mallow and Lana Lee. So now we're going to have
be
to
able
see.
to dig some cards here too with artillery, you'd imagine.
Right, exactly. So now, and we really just need 1 energy to be able to retreat. We also haven't seen the float stone come out yet. Haven't seen the air balloon. So all these cards are live at the moment. Going to go into this Phoebus, heal off 120 damage from the Whale Lord. That may end up being huge. Okay, here we go. And Melodic, baby. Melodic going to be able to search out one card from the discard pile. Scoop Up Net's a good enough one for me. Scoop Up Net to be able to get itself out of there so that Chucky can re-bench the Phoebus and wash energy on top of the mix, Lee. So if that Whale Lord does get knocked out, it is coming right back to hand.
Yeah, I love that play. Even though you have to use your Scoop Up Net and then the Malacca to get there, like you said, like Malawana doing a lot of what you just did with sending the Torterra packing this turn, and what do you do after that?
Now, notably, so what this puts him at damage-wise, we're at 80 of the 240, right? So 160 damage left on this Whale Lord. Is there a way that the Jump Bluff attacking twice? Well, I mean, we know that the Jump Bluff's we think that the Jump Bluff's prize. We've seen so many Sundrenched shells that, and not seeing it just seems like it's not here to party, Lee.
No, I don't think so. And versus Seeker, what'll be really telling is if they don't grab Rosa. So Cynthia versus Seeker for Cynthia. Sure. Yeah, this is like kind of my problem with grass. Is like every time I play it, I'm like, I prize the middle stage, prize the stage 2. You know, it's just, and I know it's cliche, but like stuff that happens.
Yeah.
That's why I like basic Pokemon.
Yeah, and if you don't answer this whale, you know, within the next turn, you know, really, it needs to happen now. But this whale is just kind of marching over this board. We've not seen cards like Nessa played yet. We've not seen cards like Superior Energy Retrieval played yet. So Chucky's going to be able to reload this thing over the course of a couple of turns relatively easy. We're looking at like a game state where, I mean, this whale's running away with it, Lee.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Got Melodic to fall back on again too. Splash coming back to the hand. You still even have access to Inteleon. Like there's a lot that can go wrong here.
Yeah, and Gavin just has to run into this Badoo and hit for Itchy Pollen again for 10 to try to, you know, limit Chucky's damage and you know ability to play item cards this turn. But it's just, you know, more of an attempt to play out the motions in this game. Is if, you know, you're not able to launch an attack that turn, seems like it's just not going to matter here. Now, if Chucky can find Rough Seas, that's like salt in the wounds, because I had mentioned 160 is kind of like where you want to be. Let's see if the list is playing Gladian from the grass side. I'm not sure, but it's just always
Chucky could just go into Melodic and go Malawana again here if he really wants to.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Just drop the energy on the Drizzle. I mean, that's there.
Yep. And I think that's what he's eyeing up, Lee, because he does move it to the top of the deck. Yeah, here we go. Melodic, just going to rinse and repeat. Pick up Mallow and Lana. Mallow and Lana going to heal off all of this damage. So we're going to have a fresh whale. Being able to thin out those cards. Evolution Incense and Arven. No need. Looks like the... Oh, yeah. So that's the new printing of the air balloon. The full art air balloon attached to the Frosmoth. So pre-retreat there. Don't even need to drop the energy off of the Drizzle. Got that loaded for a fail-safe in case anything does go wrong. But
yeah, looks like a date for 3 after that.
Yeah.
Check, please.
Yep, absolutely. I think that this game is well in the hands of Chucky Sod from right now, for sure.
What is that?
Something else that interacts with the hand, huh? You see like a draw effect off of that? It's crazy, man.
Is that like Acerolus Premonition? Is that in there?
You're 2 for 2 tonight, Mr. Hoffman.
Yo. Leave it to me.
So that was a massive draw off of all those trainers in Chucky's hand. Here comes Revitalizer out, but it feels like we're just a couple of turns too late. I was mentioning Gladian in the list. Gladian would have been able to get this Jump Bluff out turns ago, but, you know, this is just where grass is not water. I mean, I don't know how better to say it. Water can tutor out those cards so perfectly, and grass just kind of has access to Roserade, or Thwacky can search out cards in this specific archetype every now and again, but I don't think we're seeing either of those cards included in this build.
Yeah, it's a shame too because that festival ground's been there since turn 2.
Stayed in play, hasn't it, Lee? Yeah, so if we would have had a Thwacky, we definitely could have been doing some more work in terms of tutoring these cards out of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Hisuian Heavy Ball going to be played down now for Gavin. Going to search out any basic Pokemon in the prize cards. We don't expect there to be any basics there, but we do expect there to be a couple of very key evolutions there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just unfortunate. You want to see games where every player has everything available, right? But the nature of Pokemon is just like 6 of those. You're playing with 54 of those things, and you're gonna like it. You know, there has to be 6 cards prized every game, so just tough.
And now, if you're Chucky, you just announce your attack. You're safeguarding to try to make sure that none of these Pokemon get stuck. There is a world where that could possibly happen. There's a lot of energy in play right now, but we know that the Floatstone has not been exhausted yet, so it's just, one search away. Here comes Inteleon down into play. And I don't know that I would mind him.
Yeah, I think this is just for Kuzma or Hex, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even grab Nessa just in case.
I think that, like, Guzma is a perfect grab to have along with, like, a Hex this turn. I think that that's, like, the perfect 2 cards that you want to play over the next 2 turns, supporter-wise. There's we see Hex. And I wondered about Rough Seas, but I don't think Rough Seas matters, personally. I just don't think that there is, because if you do commit the Rough Seas, 30 damage, what's that math change? Applin in any way, shape, or form, Lee?
With the muscle being committed, actually, it kind of does, assuming there was never Lurantis. But
I mean, with Hex, it's not going to be able to attack twice anyway, right? So it's just clean right here from Chucky's side. I don't see any way that Gavin can respond back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excellent showing. I mean, this has been every play that I wanted. It's happened.
Yep, absolute clinic, bro. And we do have about 7.5 minutes in our first round. Let's check in while these players are finishing up their round. Some of the standings that have already been posted. Let's take a look, Lee. We've got Ron advancing over Bruno at 1-0. We got Fireball taking down Salad. SBO does take down Mickey. I hope that we are going to get to feature SBO a little bit later tonight. SBO's on a little bit crazy kind of brew. That Ursaluna build that's been wildly popularized over the last month and a half, and it's only gotten stronger with the addition of Ignition Energy from Black Bolt White Flare. We see Spooky takes down Georgie, and then Venom takes down iPod Shark. So other than that, none of the other Blazer matchups have posted just yet. Evan's still out there on the board. I was looking for, and Ghouls is still out there on the board against David as well. So
Ghouls and David, that's a good one. What's David playing?
Let's see.
Save block?
David is on a psychic deck.
Ooh, probably Monkey Tina, huh?
Yeah, it looks like Monkey Gengar Blacephalon. I don't see a Tina in the list. Interesting.
It's interesting.
And Lee, I think your cameras went out on us, brother. If you maybe, I don't know if you're looking at something or.
Yeah, I was looking for something.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. There's our buddy back. All right, and it looks like Chucky does take down Gavin in this first round. So with that, we will hop on over to the pairing screen. Let's take a look at some of the games that we have already mentioned so far. Let's actually hop into old Table 9, Lee. Take a look at Ghouls and see where their matchup's at. Think?
Sure.
As we are coming down to the wire here. We had mentioned. All right. And we do have Ghouls and David now on the screen. Let's take a look and see where we're at. What are you seeing, Lee?
Big David has 2 prizes delayed in the active. Ghoulies, 5 prizes. Intellion caped. Looks like he's in a pretty tough position. I'm not sure if time's like a factor here, but you got to imagine only taking 1 prize at this stage probably doesn't spell a lot of success. It looks like there's surely that's not a loss.
Yeah, looks like there's about 4.5 minutes left. And everybody, Spence is joining us now on the call. So we will get Spence in here as well. Spence had a little bit of an issue happen right at tournament time. And so we will now have the full force for the desk for the rest of the evening. Spence, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Blessed and highly favored, my friend. I can't complain. Sometimes you get ready to stream and your neighbor calls emergency maintenance and says, hey, my toilet's overflowing and it's leaking to the downstairs apartment. And I've got to put on my cape and go save the day.
Somebody's got it.
Right? Somebody's got to do it. And I happen to know where the shutoff valve is, so I'll do it.
Yeah, dude, Spence is one of the best. I tell Spence every day as we talk to him. Spence is one of the nicest people when it comes to his line of work and the job that he does, bro. Just uplifts people and, helps people figure out little things for themselves, man. I can't state it enough that, being just a teacher in life is like one of those high qualities that, I value, and Spence kind of offers that in his day-to-day. It's pretty awesome.
Sometimes you just got to change the world one toilet at a time, my friend.
All right, cool. Got you boys both set up now again, so we are good to roll the rest of the night.
Awesome. I just want to say real quick, what an amazing showy from Chucky in that game. There was like the Mallow and Lana turn where he recycled the scoop up net twice.
Yeah, I love that play. That's what that was the play I was calling for. I'm like, yo, I know it's in there. You get that. You could even do it again after you scoop up that. Yeah, I absolutely love that play.
Crazy work. Yeah, I commented in the thing because I was back, I was watching, but I commented in the chat. I was like, and this is your 3K champ. Like, this is it. Like, not only that, put him behind a deck with, the same deck that he won with, but the Milotic and no Baxcalibur, and I don't know, I feel like Milo Pump is such a low to the ground version of water.
Yep, I say it. It's one of my favorite parts of it, dude. Just the bench management, the ability to be able to kind of go out there and establish the Pokemon that you want to put into play. Like we saw that the Rim Raid was in play as, turn 1 in traditional Hydro Pump lists. You may start that, and, that's how it started with Chucky. He did start that Pokemon. But the ability to be like, okay, well, I'm going to keep calling. I'm going to gather the crew, rather, for Rim Raid. It's like such an advantage as versus to having to go Frigibax and Snom. You have to get both those energy accelerators into play if you're playing conventional Hydro Pump, or else you're just not really doing enough. One of them gets gusted, and that there goes your ball game from there with all the attackers that they try to power up.
Goalies with a fantastic prize denial turn that last play. I don't know if you guys caught that, but the Inteleon was Lux caped with a shot into it, and goalies went ahead and put net into super energy retrieval, powered up the wishy-washy. Going to be just out of range for a knockout here. If you can avoid the scatter, you got to imagine you can hit the Giratina one way or another, whether that be gust or just by flipping heads here, and then David will have seemingly a tough time closing out the game. From my point of view here.
Okay, we are at time, so I'm gonna jump in there and let them know.
Yeah, I literally thought that it was hitting right then.
Yeah, that's super
Hey
tough.
guys, I want to let you know we are at time. So, David, your turn 0, and then goals will be turn 1, and that's end of game.
Rest of stretcher is going to pick up
someone. Go let the other tables know real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. I can pop my... This is why we did the dual kind of camera setup, so that I can just pop everything up, and we can just keep this show rolling. Actually, I'm going to do... We'll just do that right there, and then that way the volume stays on Lee's side for the rest of the night, because I know that Lee's not going to be leaving me. Spence may have to jump in and out for some judge calls here and there, but we're going to have Mr. Hoffman on the desk the whole rest of the night. Looks like that game's probably going to end in either a tie, unless there was some way that...
If I'm goalies, I'm not sure if I give David the win there.
Right.
Based on the board state.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because David was looking into having to attack into the wishy-washy. We didn't see how that resolved either, like with the scatter after. So, I mean, I'm not super sure. We also knew goalies had the Drizzle in hand for whatever card presumably he wanted.
Right. Yeah, definitely so, Lee. It's going to be taut there. But, nonetheless, we do see... Let's take a look at the standings. We'll see if Ghouls did concede 2 or if it was a tie. Yeah, so it does go to tie, unless it's getting reset right now. But currently, both players sitting at 0-0 and 1 in the evening. And then Evan and Enrique as well. Looks like they may have went to time too. So we got off to a little bit late start, but players definitely had the opportunity to, have had tested their setups and had everything ready to go as soon as time started. So
you know what it is?
What do you think, Lee?
There's only one dragon list. That's why everything's still in the time, man. Sometimes you just gotta take matters into your own hands,
Yeah, I definitely feel that, Lee. Some of these decks definitely a little bit slower paced that we're seeing brought out tonight from the rest of the room. So, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen a lot of stuff happen to evolve early here. Not a lot of basics.
Yeah, could definitely have seen Dragon having a good night into this field that we're looking at so far.
For sure.
Pull up the metagame, put that on screen for everybody here. Let them kind of take a look at what I'm looking at. We've got, again, 4 Psychics, 4 Waters, 4 Colorless, 3 Fighting, 2 Grass, a Metal, a Dragon, and a Fire in the mix for tonight for our Week 2 competition for Turboblaze Trials. We are all very excited to be part of this tournament series that we're hosting weekly on Friday nights. So if you've ever had any interest in playing Gym Leader Challenge, come give us a follow over on the socials. Hit the YouTube channel. We have all of our links to our Discords down in there, and you can, be part of what we got going on over here. Like I said, more than 20 players tonight. Gold Ultra Ball in the mix. Chance at 1K if you make the climb to the top. So, like I said, if you ever had a thought of maybe I want to hop in one of these Gym Leader Challenge webcam events. I'm telling you, now is the time, people. Now is the time.
Dude, the gold Ultra Ball is like $25, $30.
Absolutely.
All right, we're back.
Welcome.
Cool. Looks like everything is good. We had one tie, which was Evan's matchup.
How did Gouli and David's game?
David ended up winning on turn 0.
We were thinking, we weren't really sure if there was like a route to the victory for David, but we saw that Ghoulies hadn't taken many prize cards at that point, so it was going to be tough to, justify winning over the next course of a couple minutes, right?
Mm-hmm. Cool. We're going to go ahead and end that round and push the next one. I'm assuming we're following Chucky still, right?
And we'll look at the matchup, see what we got going on, but Chucky being 1-0 definitely says that I'll probably hang out with him as long as, it's something interesting, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So we got
water fire.
Yeah, that's gonna be. He's got Venom. Yeah, Joel and Espio are playing. Ron and Spooky. We got Fireball and David.
So Joel's on a little bit of a different dragon list. With
no box.
Yeah, no box. No box in the room tonight. It's crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. They Count Sligo's round 1 opponent, I believe, had a variant of, I think he played against someone with his deck that he won with last week. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
I think it was this guy, and no, that was Count opponent, or not Count, but Evans.
All right. So yeah, let's just hop in Chucky's table 3 for right now. We'll follow the journey of our Turboblaze mate, see if they can continue to take names on this Friday night.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's tough that's coming in at the expense of Venom. I bonded with him a little bit last week or two. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, but that being said, I also don't mind getting Venom on stream because for that same exact reason, man.
For sure.
There's some of these players that, this is one of our ways as the community to shine a lot on them as deck builders and players alike. There are a lot of guys that we have a ton of respect for and just like don't have there's not enough hours in the day to talk about how good they are at this format. So, very excited to be able to feature some of these guys as well. Venom is one of those perfect candidates here for Chucky.
It's super cool getting featured.
Did you see Stacks out here tonight playing his Lost Zone Psychic list?
You said Stack is here?
No. Oh, I see. Down there, he got the bye this round.
Round 2 bye, yeah.
Dude.
He lost to Grass round 1.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a real sore list.
Yeah, admittedly, I didn't look too much into the registrations or like what the meta field was or lists or anything. But yeah, that's really cool. Glad to have Stack around.
Absolutely, always.
Now, can anybody tap into Venom's list? Is this the Burn Fire list?
Yeah, I can. I believe it is. Yes.
Dude.
So he's got the Infernape.
I played it a couple weeks ago.
So he's got the Infernape that does 6 damage counters instead of 2. He's got the Pyroar that does the boss's orders on off of energy off of itself.
Mhm.
It's got the new mag mortar that also boosts more damage counters. It's got the mag cargo that makes the opponents burned when they switch.
Mhm.
He's got the heat more. Is this the one? Yeah, for 2 it does 120. If it's not burned, it does nothing. So for 2 energy, that heat more with Infernape and let's just say mag mortar. Let's start there. With just mag mortar, it does 120 plus 20 for burn, so that's 140 plus the 30 for mag mortar. So it does 150 for 2. Put Infernape in there, you hit 210 for 2 energy. And the 90 damage of it isn't even damage, so you're not activating like Raihan and teammates and Rosa, all those other super strong cards right now in the format that get activated. We've seen in the last game how strong teammates is in this water deck. um, you know this burn status condition stuff just says not today. But at the same time, with water in general, once Chucky gets to swinging, he's going to be taking big knockouts with artillery and the Milotic. I mean, you can even get in some weird places. What, the Basculin hits for 20, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah, so probably not doing nothing there. No damage
Yeah.
modifiers in Milo Pump. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, you guys know how strong it is, like, in certain situations to, like, attack with, like, the Milotic and just get 40 damage. Well, now it's 80, right? So, it just adds up. As long as you get your knockouts in.
On like a lot of things, fire, you can't even throw a Lux tape down even under the threat of Lindelion. That's only 120, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of pressed to commit stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's dead cards.
Not
Um,
drawing starters. It looks like one of the I mean, wishy-washy is subjective, like, right? Like that is a good starter, but it's like not a great starter because you got to net or float it out, or hope it gets shuffled back in, so you can get into the basket in here. But with Sobble down, like, I feel a lot better for him.
Yeah. Yeah,
On
absolutely.
that start.
hey, so we got the Larvesta and the what's that? Piplup? I forget his name.
The Litten,
Litton.
that's the boss's orders Pyroar that we seen from Captain a couple weeks ago or a week ago
Yeah.
And here tonight.
Yeah, with the Embor. I don't know. Maybe we got to tap into that. I know you're an Embor guy.
I'm an inboard guy. It's like
Yeah.
hydro pump, dog. You just throw all those energies down wherever you want them, right?
Yeah. And then throw the Pyroar in there with it.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're seeing cards right, because it's not like you're filling your hand back up to 5 with like artillery, right?
Sure.
So, like, that's the one thing that they do have. That you got to pitch 1 to draw 3, and
Yeah.
yada yada yada.
I'll tell you something, man. There's this really cool Pokemon called Delphox.
He is pretty cool.
And with an evolving deck like that, with the Pyroar, the Embor, I mean, it makes sense to play Rizu. Probably also play Mag Cargo. And then one or the other, Rapidash, Salazzle. I don't think you could fit both in a list like that.
No, looks like the bench space is pretty contested here. Which gets any deeper, it'd be like in Avery territory. Off the Arvin, it looks like we've seen
And what Volcarona?
Glowstone and the Search for the Slug. Boss for later.
I played around with the burn fire stuff, and I was always big on there's two ways you can do it, right? You can either boost a bunch of damage and then attack with stuff that automatically burns, or you play the stuff that makes your opponent's Pokemon burned and then attack with the Pokemon that have to like have the burn condition. It looks like Venom's got a little bit of both. I don't know, makes you wonder, if that Magcargo was the smooth over one, if he, I'm not really seeing, there's no like draw engine here, on board, I should say. Um, I don't know. Just want to know. Let's see how it performs.
In turn one going second, we've seen Poffin, we've seen Arvin.
Yeah, for sure. All the setup things you want.
We've seen in the setup here for turn one. Swinging it back over to Chuck now. What, baby?
None of the dads.
I'm on stream right now, baby.
You have both. You have all three. A boy, a girl, and a girl.
Do, buddy.
Eared up? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Parents.
Mm-hmm. Gotta imagine something like net or rope here. Heavy ball. So maybe whale is prized.
Yeah, definitely. The baby whale prize. What else looked like? Ultra Ball was in there.
Yeah, I seen Ultra Ball. I couldn't catch anything else.
Yeah. I wonder what else he has.
I'm going to see. We're going to go back in there. I'd imagine with the shady deal here.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of changes the play though. I know we've seen a supporter, but depending on what else is in the stand, like I could see even like a Rizu for next turn being super good.
Yeah, I agree.
Float, so he does want to get into the basket,
Mm-hmm.
which that can get the Melodic down at this point, or the Feedbass down at this point.
Yeah. Or the Remoraid, right?
Oh, yeah, the Rem, or the Ripper, yeah, for sure. Devo's pretty okay. I like that play.
Mm-hmm. Aggressive.
Mm-hmm. And we're getting the attachment down to the rail, it looks like. Contemplating it at least.
That's smart, though. I don't foresee him being able to take a prize next turn, but if he does, we all know how strong that reversal one energy whale can be.
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious to see what support Venom will elect to go for here. In what order? I see an Evo Soda.
Okay, that's Lizapede all the way on the right for Venom. In case you didn't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it straight. I don't remember exactly what each one of the evolutions do. Like I remember.
I got you. I'll
Let's
let you know.
certain ones do, but not everything.
Mm-hmm. So the Volcarona is the one where discard fire energy, you make your opponent's active burn. The Scent of Scorch is from Brilliant Stars, with where no matter what they stay burned. No matter the coin
on the
flip.
coin flip. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty much like they're only attackers, man. No chill. I mean, but at the same time, if you're doing 90 extra damage in between turns for status, you can be hitting with just about anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's like we're seeing the Pyroar. We also seen that Cargo hit the field. Have access to us here. You got to think too with the with Pyroar down and the Volcarona that can burn without like announcing an attack. You can kind of just pick your guys here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and be absolutely annoying. Correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna put like
Super
a complete
annoying.
Then if you evolve into Frostmoth or the Octillery, you're gonna have a lot of fun trying to find retreat every single turn. So you're gonna be relying on the balloon and floatstone.
just gonna force the hand of this whale at this point. Bring it up into the active.
And while you do that, you're burning your Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, right? Because the Mad Cargo has this cool ability where if your Pokemon retreats from the active, the new active Pokemon becomes burnt. Let me double check that. I think it's because whenever opponent's active Pokemon moves to the bench, yeah, the new active Pokemon is now burned. I thought maybe it would have been like if it's burned, it stays, but the new one's burned. But no, it burns it just by moving.
And what Oricorio is? This is Captivating Salsa Oricorio.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Love that card from the old days of Fire Mill, bro.
Oh yeah,
Celestial Storm.
Big fan. Real big fan.
Captivating Salsa.
I can't.
We got
you,
a bad
I can't
for
tell
Fire
you how
Mill.
many guys I've had a laundromat game with the girlfriend and announced Captivating Salsa and about made her, flip the tables at the laundromat.
Here we go. Rizu.
Hop off then, cousin. Get the Inteleon, the Wailord. Mm-hmm.
The boss was a good call this turn. Otherwise, be looking at possibly a whale attack here.
No, you definitely be looking at a whale attack, right? As long as all the
certain.
pieces aren't there.
Mm-hmm.
But we still haven't seen an energy come down for Venom though, so that's pretty big to note as well.
And Chucky just announced a pass here after
No
the
energy drop
Eraser.
either. Good grief. That's okay. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit, right? You got Inteleon for next turn to make some things happen. Playing a 40-minute game here and its weakness.
Yeah, and that's the big
once
thing.
you get going, you smash.
Right. Yeah, just like you said, Spence. Once you get that Inteleon established next turn, you could even start picking up some of these liabilities on your bench. Just start scooping stuff up.
Yeah. And fire can't use Lux Cape in the weakness match, but guess who can? Water.
Right.
Well, right back over to Chucky. So I mean, yeah, it was just a loosening for Boston Art and then a pass back.
Tough.
Imagine if you're looking at like one of them certainly has to be like an energy search, right? And then the other one
Definitely.
Probably you want to wait a move, right? Like, what's the chances that he plays Arven next turn as versus to playing boss to try to boss something up and stall again, right? So probably want to wait a move, I would think. Like you said, Spence, either the scoop up net or, just the stone or some way to move. Air balloon.
We got the float stone on the wishy-washy, and I think at this point you scoop up the Wailord and you don't even bench it back down, right? You get your 2 energy on the Inteleon. You try to get maybe your artillery as well with your other shady dealing to draw into another energy surge or more energy for your wishy-washy. And I mean, you can even place energies again on the Frostmoth or on the the artillery. It would be just to just say, look, dude, put whoever you want up here. I'm gonna hit you, and it's gonna be for twice as much damage as the card says.
You can just go Guzma here too, now.
Yeah, for next turn.
Just gonna fetch out all the energies. It looks like.
So that means that there's a good supporter in Chubby's hand then.
Yeah, or maybe the scoop ups in hand.
I don't think. I don't know. Seeing all these energies get pulled out here does make me think that this wishy-washy could be getting powered up right here and now.
Think you go up with the wishy-washy though?
I don't know.
I like Inteleon here.
I like Inteleon too. Yeah, I liked what you had called out a little bit previously. Go ahead and get that.
Just putting all the energies down.
So it's the Guzma. So he's actually going to go up with the whale, huh? Because like now you retreat, you get all those energies into play. Yeah, we're just rolling here. I don't see. Now we're gonna have to be a little bit careful because Floatstone's already down. Obviously, Air Balloon is in the deck, but Guzma being down now as well. You're running out of your kind of ways to move if this Pyroar were to stick something, try to stick something. But Chucky's in a big.
The Pyroar's gone. Is nobody just tested?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Perfect.
But he does have boss in hand, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we do know that from the Lucamine.
I would just put the Oricorio up there, to be honest. That's fine, though. Floatstone. Okay. So it's not going to just be a stall, hopefully. And maybe he does Captivating Salsa if he has the energy and can play the Arven. Okay, we got an Artisan.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that's probably the play, right? You get the energy and then or a way to do something with the Arven.
Yeah, no reason to exhaust the boss if you're not going to be like attacking for a meaningful attack this turn. Just use the Salsa. Yep.
Yeah.
And Captivating Salsa for everybody at home allows you to gust one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That new Pokemon is Burned and Confused. So a very annoying effect on attack from this Oricorio on the bench for our fire player.
Yeah, for sure. It's also good to know here that Wailord is currently burned. So if we get the Magmortar out, we're going to be doing an extra 30, so it'd be 50. And then if we can get 2 energy on the Heatmore, which he does not play like counter or anything like that. Yeah. Okay. So that Heatmore attacks for 2 fire energy. It does 120 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is not burned, then it does nothing. Okay, so we're going to see the boss.
Boss on the Frostmoth is probably the best choice for the moment for sure.
Yeah.
And then just a pass.
Okay. What you got here, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm not really tipped off on his hand. I don't see.
Cool. I like the Raging Seas coming down. Arven.
There you go.
Okay.
I think you grab like the scoop on that and the retreat tool, like just to have no.
Yeah, I agree, Lee. I'm very much on the side of at this point you better just be prepared to get gusted turn after turn after turn. And so there you see literally that combination of cards, it looks like.
I think he grabbed Field Blower.
Is it Blower?
Blower,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. So Blower in conjunction with Air Balloon kind of does the same thing, right? Now, obviously, this, you are a little bit more susceptible to Field Blower of yourself, because now both of the retreat tools are in play, but still have access to Escape Rope, still have access to Melodic for Guzma, again, if we need to move. There's no shortage of ways to move in the deck, along with Mallow and Lana, right? So, definitely going to be tough to get a Pokemon stuck if you're Chucky. This is just a nice way to keep the pressure on and continue to remove pieces from Venom's side of the board. So now we see this Whale Lord is going to take another burn effect, moving into the active, pushing itself up to, what is it?
Just 20.
Just 20.
Just healed from the rough seas.
Rough seas. Okay.
Yeah. Such a cool card, right?
Yep. Immediately going to get bumped from Magma Basin. Attached from hand for Venom to the Oricorio that we've been talking about. And an Arvin played down. Arvin going to be able to fetch out a tool and an item card for Venom. Not really sure what the play is here. We have seen a couple of those tools go to the wayside from the Field Blower from Chucky's side here. Like you said, you can't really use the cape. So, yeah, and this is the play that I called out last turn. There is a world now where Venom tries to just stick Chucky turn after turn after turn. So, Field Blower coming down, going to remove both those retreat tools. And you're probably going to see a Captivating Salsa on this Frostmoth this turn, if I can imagine it correctly.
Yeah, for sure.
And there we go. So now, onus is on Chucky. And again, there's a lot of tools in the deck to be able to move. We've got Scoop Up Net, we've got Mallow and Lana. There's a lot there. Let's see. So Burn is going to be healed off from the head split. Confusion does stick, though, around until that Pokemon is either manually retreated or moved from the active spot.
Burn's pretty cool.
But that's another liability. But
not if you just get energies onto him, though, right? If he moves them to the bench and then uses the Frost, or even while he's in the active, uses the Frostmoth to get some energies onto the bench guys, they don't really become liabilities anymore because they are now attackers.
Yeah, but
there's only one water unaccounted for.
There you go.
Splash and Virtual left.
There you go.
Notably, all three of those to the active Pokemon, only doing that once per turn.
Right.
And yeah, it could get sticky. Definitely a world where
there's Mallow and Lana, boys. That's a wonderful card to have and access to. Now, we know that this bird could just get recycled, but this is definitely another piece of the puzzle. Chucky taking it down, just continuing the pressure. And this is probably why you see the Octillery get committed to the board, knowing that you have Mallow and Lana in hand, knowing that you want to see some more cards right now. Because at this point,
like they get 3 or 4 there.
Yeah. You're looking for cards like Versus Seeker to be able to recycle that Mallow and Lana. You're looking for your Scoop Up Net to be able to get your liabilities out of there. I guess just Chucky's putting Venom on a clock himself, though, here.
Yeah. It's just like Chucky only has so many Mouska tools to get about the active. Venom has only so many to stick him.
Exactly. And we're down both the Pyroar that can boss and now the Oricorio as well. All the retreat tools are gone. So we're definitely going to be seeing some form of attack outside of a Gust this turn, it looks like. Especially with the Magma Basin committed there. Just a pass. Yep, just a pass. And the head's going to heal off that burn from the whale. Now would be a good turn to see. Again, you just don't get greedy here if you're Chucky. If you do see the Scoop Up Net in this scenario, it's not a time to play it, in my opinion. We're not trying to, I don't think that you'd be trying to force the issue to get your Phoebus on the board right now. It's just like, let's just keep swinging. Keep any pieces around that we may need to move. Keep going from that route of attack. Gladian going to fetch something out of the prizes here for Chucky. Not sure exactly what he is searching out from there. It looks like Lux Cape. There we go. Lux Cape going to be doused onto this Whale Lord. Give me
I
an
like
additional
that.
100 HP.
You know, it would really stink. Chucky flips heads and gets rid of the burn in between turns here.
Yeah, they already
Or did
did.
he flip
He
heads
did the
last turn?
previous turn, yeah. So it'll have to. He's gonna have to be
He
burned
needs
again.
Volcarona.
Yep.
And he needs an energy.
Yep.
And he needs. There's no more modifiers on the board.
Yeah, I think best case scenario here is what 140 to 120 and then 20 burn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness.
Pay a manual retreat there. There is the Volcar.
Larvesta.
Larvesta. Yeah, Larvesta can burn, I'm guessing. Yep. It's basic attack.
Tails.
And
Burn
that's okay.
stick.
And that's okay. I mean, you're okay. At this point, it's a game over for Chucky's side of the board. Still 16 minutes left. Chucky's in a commanding board position and a commanding position in the prize race. Still 6 prizes to 2 for Chucky's favor. So, looking good. Let's check in on some of the other standings while we are just waiting for everything to finish up here. I doubt anyone has concluded just yet. Like Lee and I were saying.
We got 3, 4.
Oh, if we're already done. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, David was a real quick one. Spooky got a win. Enechi, I don't know. I'm not even gonna try anymore. Ghoulies got a good win. And then Count Sligo.
Okay. Yep, I do see those players at their respective records there. Just wasn't popping them up green on the display for some reason. I like it when it does that. I like color coding, Spencer.
I do too. Mine does. You're gonna have to figure yours out.
It
Call
doesn't
the
like
IT
the end of
guy
the
up.
round sometimes, but
Doesn't. Yeah, I'll submit a ticket to IT for you.
thank you. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, they do. Heard they gotta set up a new computer for you too.
All right, Chucky gonna get Iono down here to 1 card hand, 1 prize left remaining from his side. And I'll tell you what, guys, if Venom can't piece together some kind of, better stall mechanic off of this Iono, then I don't really foresee there being another turn in this game. But
Yeah, there's too many things live. You give Chuck at least a -3, assuming he has no other playable cards with the artillery, and you have it Inteleon just ready. Also in the back, even if something does happen here.
what's that card, boys, being played right now? Tropical Beach. Beach filling the hand to 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just looking at the list. I was like, I can't really see it. Yeah, it's beach. It's not a world's printing a beach either.
Mm-mm.
Is that a proxy? That's a baller status right there.
All right,
I
cool.
was looking at it
That's
the other day. $500 card.
That's the end of that one. Chucky cleans up that one pretty quickly. So with 13 minutes left in the round, I've been dying to see it all night. I'm running to table 1, guys. Let's see if we can see any of this matchup before it concludes, okay?
Yeah, buddy. We got SBL playing Ursaluna Control. Looks like it's down 3-3. I was when the game kind of got a little slow with the stall in there. I popped through some of the other tables. I think Joel's been at 3 prizes for a little while now.
It looks like Ursula and Luxcape in the active.
Mm-hmm.
Assume there's going to be Pete hunting for disruptive cards at this point. Doesn't look like there's any energy over on the Dragon side of the field right now.
Yeah, get ready. We're about to see this matchup. Like I have a feeling. I had a feeling from the get-go today. As soon as SBO kind of told me what they were playing, I kind of had a feeling that we were potentially looking at a Chucky versus SBO at some point in the night, and it looks like we could be getting our wish as early as this next round. Potential that they don't hit each other. I do see Spooky has moved to 2-0 as well, so one of these players will advance to 2-0 and match Chucky and Spooky at that record. David also at 2-0 as well, so chances for a little bit of shenanigans.
Yeah. It's a decent top four.
See a rescue stretcher from Joel's side to bring back this Tatsugiri.
Kind of wonder what kind of stuff they're down at this point in the game. Deck doesn't look very.
Discard's definitely thicker than the deck, isn't it, Lee?
Yeah. Yep.
Things like twice the size. And it's good to know that was the night stretcher there. So night stretcher for the Geary and not using it for a Pokemon is
Yeah, that
can be big in this
doesn't
matchup.
look promising.
Patch to the Geary and pass.
Yeah, you gotta
That's
wonder
huge, man.
with the Ursaluna not
and
having
SBO's at the
that
bottom.
on it right
He's
now.
at the loop.
SBO's at the bottom, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Loba, sure. Yeah, looks like
Here we go.
3 more turns of that, and then it's check, please.
Uh-huh. Certainly.
Primate Wisdom going to stack the top of the deck with one card. He draws back into the fan. Pete Hunt going to go get Pal Pad and Scoop Up Net. And like you guys said, we're just in this loop. SPO has everything essentially at his fingertips. Just now is the point to not mess up and not deck yourself out. But
Yeah, I think that's why you grab the Scoop Up Net there, just in case they have a cheeky boss Guzma or something, and you
Right.
don't get stuck.
He could also have the Delcatty in hand.
sure. Oh, there's Versus Seeker. So definitely guarding against some play here. Potentially, Lee, like you had said, is going to pay off for SBO. There's the Guzma being sought out of the Versus Seeker. So Guzma's going to bring up Oranguru. Force Tatsugiri into the active. Tatsu can attract customers. See if we can see another supporter in the top 6. The top, the rest of the deck.
Yeah, that'll be telling to see. We'll be able to count with them, right?
So I think it was 4.
4.
Yeah. I don't think they're using it. I don't think they used it. And there's the Scoop Up Net to pick up that Oranguru. Pidgeotto draws that last card. And now SPO is going to Pal Pad to reset 2 supporters back into the deck. Notably, he will not draw into these supporters this turn. So this is a, make sure that he sets the deck up so he doesn't deck out. There's Belelba and Bryson Man selected. So next turn we'll be able to mill again. And what is that, full art, Lee? What?
Erie, I believe.
Erie. Okay.
The Peepin' Tom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Need to see those item cards.
Pete Hunt just grabs the Pal Pad and the Scoop Up Net right back as well. So SPO just going through the motions here and really in a powerful board position, powerful game state position. Can't imagine seeing him slip here from here on out.
Yeah, you gotta wonder what the Witchell's playing for at this point. Like Caped Ursaluna, like if you're not one-shotting that, you know that they have max potion, you know that they have all these other things. You got to kind of catch them with their pants down before they get into a board state like this. And there we go. Bumblebee's gonna middle this that last one after the Bella.
Oh, boys. Get ready. Get your popcorn ready. I'm telling you. We're staring down the potential for a final matchup between our boy and SBO in this deck. Very exciting to see.
This will be a rematch of the Destin Rivals 3K finals.
Yeah, if they do hit. Now, again, this is like all hypothetical because like we've got a couple of other players. Here, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and switch us over to the standings page so that everyone can, who is tuning in at home, see what we're looking at. We do see Spooky, Chucky, David, Enrique, Mickey, Ghouls, and Sligu taking wins in this round so far. Table 1 is concluding, right now as we speak. SBO is going to be able to move to 2-0 as well. And then there was one, right? And there looks like the result coming in for that one. iPod Shark and Salad finishing up there.
Yeah, buddy.
So cool. Looks like we're going to be pretty much ahead of schedule. We can maybe give these players just a second to kind of take a small break if they like, and then get right back at it. Games are flowing. 10 matches completed, 20 players on the board tonight, guys. And again, like we mentioned, up for grabs tonight. It's that gold Ultra Ball. I think Chucky's also going to raffle away one of the new full art item cards from Mega Brave. I think it's the Night Stretcher tonight, right, guys?
Yep, yeah, I believe it's the new Night Stretcher. Absolutely.
Cool.
At our 20-player threshold to hold that raffle. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Bruno was in here for round 1.
Who was, Spence?
Bruno Neves.
Bruno,
yeah, from Brazil.
Yep.
Cheeky little hydro pump list. Yeah, very similar to the lists that he had played before. He added the Milotic, which is cool to see. Still playing the Excalibur and Frostmoth and Talion, Waylord, Lowland Vulpix, Kyogre, and Wishy Washy. It's cool.
Yes, new list. You said
yeah, he dropped on one drop. He lost to Ron. Pokey Ron. Fellow YouTuber.
Dad, are you playing or are you hosting?
Hosting.
Who's winning?
We're up in the move today, boys. They said I won full grip weekly. I couldn't get back down on the tables. Not after last week's showing. For those of you that watched my round 1 game last week, it was so funny. My phone would not catch the TV, so I was basically just remembering the field off of like the last turn that I seen, and I had announced 2 attacks through 2 tool buff HP, two HP tool buffs, and completely chopped up my game. So that was something. Them boys didn't have performance and was like, yeah, we need you up here tonight. You can't have that happen again.
So Lee, I just checked out Ron's list. Ron is on Curse Kiss tonight.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the matchup that Bruno did lose to in round 1. I was looking at the list there. Very conventional Cursed Kiss build with the Natu and Zatu combination Obviously, Togekiss, I see that they are including the Cleffa in the build for a little bit more consistency and draw, but
I like Fluffa.
all the other main players look to be there. Nothing separate from what we've got going on.
I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, real quick, guys.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead, Spency. Lee, if you need to run too, then feel free. But if not, then we're all good. And while we're in kind of a lull moment, I think this is another perfect chance, kind of in the middle of the stream, middle of the night, to shout out our sponsors, our partners over at Collectors Connection. You can check out their website at collectorsconnectionduluth.com to check out a schedule of their events that happen almost nightly for all their TCGs up there in Duluth, Minnesota. So definitely give them a check if you're in that area. I know they run Gym Leader Challenge events. I know that they run standard events. So, like I said, if you're in that Duluth, Minnesota area and do not have a home card store, go check them out at Collectors Connection.
Yeah.
About a minute and a half left on the round here.
Yeah, I told him I'd give him about another minute. You know what else came in? I know you guys have seen it, but I haven't really showed it off too much yet. We got our vinyl stickers in from Robbie, and was able to put together some sick deck boxes. Get these out there. Got the decks. We sold 4 now. Got a few left, about 6. So if you need you a copy of Drago box, comes with a sick little table buddy perler made by your guy Logan Davis. We got dice kits, play guide, super cool little kit to get. Give me a shout on Discord if you're looking for one.
Do it for the guys, man. Just do it for the guys. We got to support the team. Got to get us from points A to B and then back to A. We do this for the love of the game, for fun, but just trying to make stuff happen for ourselves too. Take some initiative. Not just about the other things on the side. It's how you can tell we take it seriously and we love the game.
Absolutely.
Co-sign for me too. Big co-sign. Drago boxes get a mother hot. Absolutely. Just took down, and I'm not sure if you guys have heard publicly, but I have won a league night out at Full Grip, not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before this one. Got up on there. I was the 4th, I believe. The 4th batch on the wall, qualified for the Invitational next year, which is going to be super cool. It's an exclusive tournament that all the nightly guys go to, and you bring a deck that you want to batch with for a big tournament at the end of the year. And so yeah, we're going to be super excited for that. Didn't qualify last year, did the year before that, but they didn't have the that tournament at that point, right? Like I believe that was the first season where they were doing that. So yeah, I'm super, super, super proud of that. Super excited. I know at the end of the stream they didn't mention the winner or whatnot, but it's been it's been posted since, and Turboblaze is up on the wall at Full Grip. So super proud about that.
All right, guys, and like I said, it was only a matter of time before we got to see it. Table 1 is Chucky and SBO in a matchup that I'm very, very, very excited to see how it plays out. We've got 2 2-0 tables, so definitely somebody walking away probably with a 4-0 tonight, depending on how these matches play out over the next 2. So, very exciting, though. We'll wait for Chucky to get set up. I'll come back to here and just kind of chill until I see Chucky kind of get his camera on and get set up. Just leave the stream up. So we've got Spooky taking on David at table 2. with two of the other 2-0s. Ghouls and Venom both at 1-1. Poor Venom's seeing 2 water matchups tonight
Hey.
against the Fire.
Guess
But-
what Spooky's playing, y'all?
What's that?
Spooky's playing Harambe.
Ah, okay. So Turboblaze
Love
filled
that.
room tonight in terms of the deck selections.
Yeah, I like that. Couple Milos, couple or Harambe. No box, but I live with a Harambe sighting.
It
I
happens,
can go to
right?
sleep and not we see Matt the goat.
It is surprising though. I definitely expected box to be out in effect, but who knows? Maybe.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Lee. Week 5 of Full Grip. 2 badges taken with Drago Box.
Yes.
Yeah, 2.
I think it's actually 3, to be honest.
3?
Yeah.
Is it 3 dragon winners?
Three different winners, but I'm pretty sure that you
Check it out
I
at
think
Morris
there was
Makes.
one prior. Yeah, check it out at Morse Makes for sure. That's where you can see their entire
Stay up to date.
leaderboards, their badge board.
My opponent when I went out there, Dylan Ryan, won yesterday with the list. I'm pretty sure that SVO is playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
You know. Yeah, we know that it won out at Full Grip yesterday. We know that it finished second at the last 3K.
And it's only gotten better because of the inclusion of new triple energy ignition.
Super true. Yeah, that's I'd imagine that's huge having access to 2 of those. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then that makes it so you don't have to take turns off per se.
To
You
Pete
can
Hunt.
be a little bit
Yep.
more aggressive with that
Yep.
that second attack, right?
Yeah, this is what I mentioned last night to the guys when I was watching it play out. It's like now having those double, triple energies. It's like you can Pete Hunt, yes, but then you can bulky bump twice in a row after that.
Mhm.
You know, and it not really hurt you in terms of what you're giving up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Max potion and bulky bump again. It's like it's pretty impressive. So we do see a area in the discard pile. I would imagine that's probably off of like a quick ball, right? So quick ball away area to search out the Fan Rotom. Fan Rotom's going to go ahead and get some of these basic evolving Pokemon into play for SBO. Pull up the deck of this. We can take a look at what all he is getting down.
Yeah, Rotom for the Ursa. Imagine you find some combination of the Cincino, Minccino, Pidgeotto.
What is that card? That's got to be one of SBO's customs. SBO, if you don't know.
I can't make out what it is.
The Minccino, I think. 60
Huh.
HP Minccino. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that probably is. Maybe it's the Culper Pan one. That's probably what it is, right?
Yeah. SBO makes custom full art proxies for his locals, and they give them away as prizes. They have a super cool guide to their locals, and you obtain different badges throughout the season for doing different things with your deck building, winning different matchups, doing certain actions within a game. He showed it to us at the 3K, and it was pretty cool. Pretty cool concept.
Absolutely. So we're seeing a battle compressor here, huh?
Yep, battle compressor. Getting rid of Cheryl.
And
Right, that's what that car is.
was it Petrol?
Cheryl.
Cheryl
Cheryl.
and Pop.
Yeah.
Cheryl.
Petrol. Wow, and Silver Brain still. Goodness.
I think that's Cheryl. Heal all damage.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah, it is Cheryl. Yeah. That and Max Potion. Yeah, that's a play right out of No Bama Roll Tide.
Mhm.
That Gyarados with the recycle energy. Yeah. It really is its own board state, man. That Lux Cape and the 180 health points. That's It's a super tall pass.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Chuck, what you got, boss? Got the Brooklyn.
This is promising. Best case scenario, you have pivots, you have basket, you set the board, get an energy attached to the whale. That's kind of the dream here. One thing I did pick up in Espio's hand was I know that he has Flipstone in Lost City. So things could happen over the course of 2 turns, right? Because he could use his Brooklet Hill to attack with the Rotom and then pick his spot with Lost City, right?
100%. Depends on how fast Chucky.
We see Sobble, so that kind of tells me that unless if we see a supporter that grabs things, otherwise you're probably going to
Love you, Dad.
see that Whalmer stick in the active, because otherwise you could grab the Basculin in the way to retreat, right? Which it could still be like an Irida here, like for Scoop Up and Basculin or something.
Yeah, but we do see him shuffling up, so.
Mhm.
So attach.
Mm. Goodness. Finally,
Attach to the
throw it
Wilmer.
away.
Okay, we got the Hapu.
All stop. Bumblebee. Hex Nest Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, post stop. Bumping the Brooklyn Hill. It's like we're gonna stack the deck with a Rangaroo to mitigate some of that damage. Here we go to Rare Candy and Ultra Ball in hand. I know that there is Floatstone. Not sure if there's energy or not. Pitching Gallop.
He's ripping through his deck right now.
Yeah, absolutely tearing.
And
through this man.
Hapu sees 7, right?
6.
6.
6 can keep 2, I
And
believe.
2 with the Minchino, 3 with the Pokestop.
Here we go.
And there's the the Ursaluna. There's the Rare Candy.
Yeah, dude, it's about to get nasty real quick. We're asking questions like right now.
Yeah, I mean, if he pops up with the triple energy, I mean, it's crazy too because I know he played Pokestop, but me knowing that he had, and I guess that he got the Ultra Ball off the Pokestop the second card, so he didn't know that. But like there's a world where you just like, like if you had the triple energy there, you just lost City of the Whale. Like that's insane, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a
for sure.
world where that could have happened.
And now
Real fast.
choosing to play it slower with just a pass, and now Chucky, onus is on him to get to moving here. We are going to see a
Level ball's
level
good.
ball for Drizzile with 80 dealings.
Yeah, you got to get out of there for sure. You can't leave this Whaler active because next turn it's gone. If so,
Mm-hmm. So Goose Howl away from it.
I mean, I don't know exactly how many energy finding cards they have in there. So maybe it's Goose Hollow, maybe they play Tenacity. Could even be something like
Goose Hollow.
I don't think Hilda's fast enough for that deck though. Maybe it is.
No, just Goose, Holla.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you still do gotta find that. Arbin, you gotta imagine that's for Floatstone, and I'm not sure what the. Because there's an argument you could grab like the search for Inteleon next turn, or you could go grab the Basculin and fill out the bench more, but I'm not sure what the hand is calling for right now.
Coffee.
Red.
Wouldn't you wish to? Didn't he search out the nest ball last turn?
I don't know what he would have necessarily searched it out off of. I think it was like a Brooklet Hill, right?
Yeah, it was Brooklyn Hill, and then he got the bump.
Yeah.
Got it bumped.
So Poppin gonna select out a couple of more basics to get to this bench. Looks like it's gonna be the Feebas and the Remoraid. Gonna forego the Hisuian Basculin here. Pokestop. We do see a hit 3.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
hey, here we go. It's pretty nice.
No way.
And I almost thought that Pokestop was going to be fine for Chucky. Like in most decks in Gym Leader Challenge, you don't want to get to using Pokestop because you're just milling resources that you may never see again. But specifically in a Milo Pump engine, a Milotic engine, you can go ahead and get rid of anything. Like, Phoebus is already down on the board, so if it would have gotten milled, it just would have made it live to Melodic next turn.
Absolutely.
I've seen those
There's
plays
been a
pop
world
out so many
where,
times.
Yeah, he has like recovery and stuff. You can just mill the Pokemon and recover them. I agree with the angle there. Where's he go with this energy? It looks like he's thinking about it too.
Well, without a way to pivot it,
We know he has Floatstone.
Mm-hmm.
I must have missed that. I thought he grabbed the air balloon back in the feedback.
Now we all know.
So hard to say what the promotion is there, right? Like I would, if I'm talking about
Everything's
actually
valuable.
the board, I'm like maybe it's a run rate or something.
Basculin's not already expended, right?
No, I don't think we've seen
Yeah.
Basculin.
So what you do there then is you get your Basculin off your Poppin. You just end the turn on a gather the crew for the Phoebus, so that you're leaving, something that is not a very
Yeah,
important
and that was a
Pokemon.
play on the table too because we just watched him play Hisui and Heavy Ball.
Mm-hmm.
So like that I'm trying to say it's
Regardless if it was priced or not, it was on the table, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
We see 5 cards in hand for Chucky's side, passed over to SBO, and SBO just continuing to churn through the deck. We see Pokestop hit on, was it Counter Catcher? A couple of other cards as well. I didn't remember seeing anything very important milled off of that. Rangaroo going to have been used already. Tag Call fetches out Goose Holla. So here we go. Is this Feebas gone for the game, guys? What do you think?
I'm not sure if the Feebas is the target here. Hard to say.
Well, if he plays that Goose Holla, then he's not going to have selection of what that target would be. But it looks like we get an Acro Bike first, discarding the Scoop Up Net. What do you pick up, Spence? Did you notice?
Recycle energy.
Oh, boy. Yep.
Yeah, you can't discard that in this matchup.
Yeah, it's
Or
impossible.
in any matchup for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
You
And we
could
know that recycle
Pete hunt
energy
for it.
Yeah, that recycle energy is what you want on the Ursaluna anyway to be Pete hunting.
Yeah, because they're not playing a ton of energy, so like when they're max potioning and stuff, they're not gonna always have that energy in hand just to slap right back down to Pete Hunt, right? Like
He's got the. He already goose hollowed, or did he discard it to draw?
I think that was a discard to the Chinchino.
Yeah, he's got the triple XL. I think it was in. Yeah,
I'm seeing a triple cell on the bottom of the deck.
yeah, it was in the Poke gear.
It's interesting.
Yeah, he's got access to Pete Hunt. It's just
I imagine that SPO is just trying to get to the bottom right now. If we're being really honest, like
yeah,
he's in no rush to start taking KOs, because when he does start taking KOs, he wants to be in a position where he's not immediately getting returned to a whale. And I imagine that, like, if he can set up a play where he takes a knockout on the whale first, then that's what he would look to do.
yeah.
What is this, support of return Grant?
No.
Popu,
Clay.
that's 7, right?
It's Clay. Yeah.
Or Clay, yeah.
Clay, yeah, because I was about to say he's revealing those cards, so it's got to be like a
Yeah,
Clay.
you keep the
or
items.
yeah.
Just super pokey stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of super Pokestop, he is hitting on so many fronts. We do see the strategy go to the discard pile, but I mean, out of those 7 cards, I'm pretty sure he picked up like 5, guys.
Mm-hmm. You did. That's what the deck meant to do.
Not really in any rush to go in with the Ursaluna either with the Rotom, which is
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty crazy too. Just gonna have a lot of stuff to have to deal with.
Now, notably,
You know what this means?
go ahead.
The promotion of the whale, I believe, well, no, he is the floatstone guy, so either way, but he'll just drop a reversal here, right?
Little dot
Yeah,
ball for
Inteleon.
Inteleon for teammates. Yeah, you definitely could. But I wonder if there was a world where out of this Inteleon, Guzma could have been a selection as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I don't know. I mean, you need a lot of pieces, but we don't know exactly what's in Chucky's hand at the moment. We know that
We
Inteleon.
didn't see it involve the whale last turn or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd imagine like if he had that, like that had just been down, right?
Yeah.
I think
He
we
does
saw
have
it
the air
already
switch.
off of the Razu, right?
You do
Yeah.
kind of get a lot off of it there. But the hand's kind of big for like an artillery right after that.
Evo Soda and Gladian.
So that must mean reversals.
Evo Soda gonna
Or-
fetch out this Frostmoth. Gladian gonna
That's
fetch
either
out.
reversal or the whale.
Could be planning to attack with Inteleon this turn too. Like, it's not out of the question.
I can see that actually, yeah.
Trying to preserve. Like, I think that, like, if you can preserve the whale and make this Ursaluna attack into something else, then that's probably one of your best chances.
Yeah, I agree.
Ursaluna's not going to be one-hitting the whale, though, ever, right? As long as it's established. So, there's a chance that you just play out the turns. And here we go. We're going to see Earthen Vessel discard a card to fetch out 2 water energies. And I do see a world where this Inteleon gets in here this turn, guys.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest too, like that extra 20, if it's elected to go into
Yes.
the Ursaluna, is really gonna matter. Because
Yes.
even under K, that means it's just 5 energies, and that's as simple as
Easy.
the 2 that you have on, and then the reversal if he has to, attack. You can kind of let that play present itself.
Absolutely, Lee Hoffman. You are so correct on that. Yeah, I love preserving the whale here if we can. And I think that's what we're going to do. Looking for Chucky's side.
Yeah, it's big. I'm gonna pop my nose into these other games real quick. Give you guys a little. Looks like Spooky's ahead 4-2. It might be a
Oh
Harambe,
no!
Harambe in the finals.
Where are you seeing Lee?
It looks like Chucky elected to put the 20 onto the Pidgey instead of the Ursaluna. That would have pushed it, because now you need 6 energies, right? And the deck plays 6 energies.
Exactly. Correct. Yep.
Reversal will not be live? Or wait, yeah, it will actually
It
be
will
live.
if he does take a KO. Correct.
That's still another thing that you can though. You know what I mean? Like,
I do. I would have
now,
liked the damage placement on the relevant Pokemon.
if you put it on the Ursaluna, then it's just reversal energy. Now you need more than one card to make that happen.
And I can see Chucky's headspace here, but like this is the trap that I fall into with Inteleon sometimes. You think that Inteleon's ever attacking again and putting 20 more damage anywhere? It's not. Like, you get into this, you fall into this trap of thinking, oh, well, I can take multiple prize cards if I can just ping one of these baby Pokemon. You're not. It's not happening. If your Inteleon goes down, you're never reestablishing it in a way that is meaningful, that you think. And see, so now this Pidgey goes into a Pidgeotto, and the HP goes from 50 to what? Pidgeotto's still small. I think it's like 70, right? Small
I think
guy.
it's actually 60.
60. Yeah. See, so like I see the thought process there, and maybe we can ping it a couple more times, but I don't think
Maybe
it's
it opens
realistic.
it up for a Hug later. Like, Hug is now a line.
Yeah.
That's about the only other thing that I could think of, though.
You think Espio's got it this turn?
Oh yeah. You got the Guzma, the airmail. He's got triple XL in hand.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's the case, then we're coming up and swinging in. But this is not a KO, as we've mentioned previously.
He's got 2 cards in deck. 3. I'm sorry.
Got the follow-up attack next turn, too, with the mission. Versus Seeker in hand. $200.
Bulky bump. I'm going to put 200 damage on that Wailord. And now Reversal is not live.
Mm-hmm.
That damage did not go down, so even something as big as a, escape rope with energies attached, it's not going to be enough. You need everything, like Lee had said, all 6 would need to be committed to cleanly one-hit this Ursaluna. I wonder if Chucky has any way to move this whale here.
Well, there's no cape on it, is there?
I was gonna say there's no cape, so he can get it. He just needs the 2. We got escape rope.
Oh, that's
coming
right.
down.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Lee mentioned the cape. My bad, guys.
I think you just serve up the pit. Yeah, because it's gonna happen, right? Just go ahead.
Yep. Now this 20 damage becoming even more irrelevant. But now you definitely better be putting the damage on this Earth.
You can't miss this twice.
Ooh, splash energy on the Wailord. I do like that.
Huge.
As well as an extra attachment, so that whale is fully loaded.
It's threatening. He's got Versus Seeker in hand though, and he knows it.
Ugh.
No.
Oh my god.
There's some pretty bad ones, guys.
Malwana, this card is not great.
Where's the charger for this?
No. No, definitely not. This is kind of what we saw from that last game where we saw Venom had trudged out to an early lead, but SBO able to stabilize, get down to a few cards in deck, and then it just becomes a loop fest from there. Now,
Chucky missing that Ursaluna thing again.
Mm.
But maybe I mean it's the same situation, right? Now you need 2 more again.
And that Skitty is definitely a candidate that is going to be scooped up at some point in time throughout this game. So, like, it just doesn't feel like that damage is ever sticking there. Now, you could max potion away the 20 damage if you were attacking with the Ursaluna that turn anyway. But, I mean, it's just, these are all resources that you force your opponent to have versus just kind of letting them cruise. And now here's the cape. See, so we know the cape's in hand now. Even if SBO does not lay that down, there's no way of unshowing that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Chucky be noticing of that. I think SBO's just going to attack with a... This is wild, Lee. I do not like leaving... I mean, he clearly has to have a line in his head. Okay, so Countercatcher. Countercatcher going to take a knockout on the whale with the... Oh, boy. Yep.
That makes a lot more sense, right?
Yeah, there's the line. Correct. Yep. Totally. Now, that whale did bounce back to hand for Chucky, and again, this Inteleon has not been dealt with, so we are still taking KOs with this thing. Whale's going to have to get reestablished now, Lee, and we know that Mallow and Lana's down. There are a lot of cards that, you know, are falling to the discard pile. We do not see this Feebas on board quite yet. So we're about to go into a resource war with a deck that every other turn essentially is doing the, you know, band thing from Orangaroo that used to do back in the day, putting the 2 cards back into the hand on Pete Hunt.
Got to make you think too. Like, we know that it's in hand, but say that 20 damage goes to this Ursaluna all 3 turns here. That puts it at 120, and then you're within a wishy-washy at least.
Yeah.
And Field Blower. Like you were saying, like the putting it onto like scoop up candidates is like just a micro thing that could come back to bite you here.
This is about as good of a card as you could have hoped for there, though, because
yeah, absolutely.
You're then
with Whalelord in hand.
Exactly. Here we go. Like, we're pressuring Whalelord. We still have this Inteleon that hasn't been dealt with. So
Feebas hitting the bench too.
Yep.
That's big.
Yep. Chucky continuing to make SBO answer questions as SBO does the same thing from Chucky's side, just kind of asking questions of his own. Here comes Lost City into play. Lost City's...
Guzma.
Yep. So that Whalmer is going to be sent to the Lost Zone, we imagine, off of this play.
You see what I mean, though? Like,
yeah,
could have it at once. You could have it at 220 right now, so you're just needing the blower.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be devastating for SBO to try to come back, or for Chucky to try to come back from here now that SBO is in the loop, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. And Chucky's not unfamiliar with this deck. You know, obviously this is the deck that Chucky beat in the finals of the last 3K. But essentially that turn just nullifies Chucky's entire turn previous. And getting the Nessa and committing the energies and everything that Chucky did, led to that play just ripping it all apart.
Mm-hmm. Even the damage on this Del Caddy, just evolved it up.
Yep.
On the turn that it needed to, it was just like a.
Yep.
I mean, I hate to keep referring back to the pings because I'm not even sure if Field Blower is like a reasonable out here. And but yeah, that could have done it. Logic though. Here we go.
We know that there are definitely things that search out items in the discard pile, so Field Blower would have probably been an out had you not seen some kind of healing from SVO's side. Like we said, we know the deck's playing Max Potion and stuff like that, but we already saw Cheryl.
I believe SPO's down both triples now though.
He is.
So it's gonna have to be a Pete Hunt angle for the next at least the next turn.
Yep.
I wouldn't even hate seeing like a Guzma play here. Or wait, no, I would hate that because I was thinking that the Skitty knockout was still on board. Yeah, when he's evolved up to Del Caddy, it's not doing it.
No. And a 120 hit here is just probably going to get glanced off like we've been calling for anyway. Chucky probably just talking through what he has the ability to do from this point. Brooklet Hill is going to bump Lost City and be used for the Wishy-Washy. Chucky have Superior in hand possibly to be able to reload those energies again. That would be nice.
Yeah, could have even used.
Yep. See?
Yep. And seeing that he didn't have to play a supporter for that, that means that if the 6 energies or the 6 damage counters over the course of those 3 turns, and assuming there was no potion between them, that would have grabbed like Irida for Field Blower.
Right.
In the same scenario.
Right. Yep. I agree. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got the Guzma.
I wanted it, I got it, right?
And I like this target. I really do like this target. I don't know if it's right. We're going to find out. But getting rid of this Orangaroo, not letting the...
It seems important to the loop.
It does. It very much does, Lee.
Yeah, especially with the tool committed to it. Like, that's what's really selling me on it.
Because you can't, send Chino and just deck yourself out. Like, it's just... It doesn't work that way. You need to be able to see that one card... And knockout. I would have liked even... I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't have hated to have seen the Lost City stay in play there. Because you know that he is going to have to take a turn to Pete Hunt. Those 2 energy down, you know it. Bump it next turn.
Yeah, for sure.
Take your knockout. Bump it the next turn.
It could have been his only search for the Wishy-Washy.
It's possible. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, it is quite possible.
Man,
see Max Potion in hand too, so that's there.
Baba stock's going way up.
Stretcher though.
I don't know if I see Stretcher. I think that Rescue Stretcher was already played and like shuffled in.
It's next to the full art by the bundle B.
Okay. Do we see it committed here?
About to rip the Iona?
Just thinking about it.
Chucky's only got 2-3 cards in hand. We know one of them is the Inteleon. We know one.
Yeah, we've seen the Devo spray for the Inteleon, right?
Sure, but
probably wants to throw that off.
For sure.
I mean,
It's interesting you don't use the Night Stretcher before though, because don't you need the At least I was under the impression you needed the Ranger back this turn.
Not if you Iono all that back to your deck. I mean, SBO just put a ton of cards
That's
back
fair.
in there.
Kind of reset the clock, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what he looks to grab. And that's got to be like a triple energy, maybe. Unless if he's content with.
Pete hunting again next turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
He
think I'm.
is.
Galler mine. That's kind of gross.
Yeah, it is.
What about our boy old Spencer out here tonight looking like Dan Campbell? I said that at the beginning. I said that at the beginning of the night whenever I saw him with his old Lions cap on, cleaned up. It's hilarious for all of our NFL fans. Got that coming up in just a short time
Great.
here, bro. I'm excited.
Shout out the Detroit Lions and the grit.
7.5 minutes, guys. You think SBO's getting through this game? Chucky's gonna force him to play through this. Like, this
We
is
see field blower here.
yeah, dude. This is where like control kind of gets in a weird spot. Not much time left. Can he close? 1, 2, 3, 4 prize cards still left to take. It looks like, right?
Yeah, with both triples in there and not Pete hunting for either one.
Man, this would be the turn for Chucky to pull out some kind of rope shenanigans if there was possibility. Just push this to one more, but just has to swing in. And what do we see there? Scoop up net on the Del Caddy.
Potion is in hand.
So how does that work when he does that? Does he put the skitty on top of the ditto? Oh,
Yeah.
the ditto's gone.
No,
The ditto.
he has the. He's got the skitty still in hand, I think, right?
Special chargers. Right?
See Del Caddy going to the discard pile there. Because at the moment we just have Cinchino and Bunnelby down. Belelba and Bryson, man.
Belelba.
Mill. Oh boy. Scoop up net's pretty big. But it's not the end of the world if. I mean, because it doesn't change anything. I don't think we've seen escape rope played. Oh, yeah, we did see escape rope played earlier to get out of the Frostmoth situation. So that's down. Guzma's down. I don't think we see Versus Seeker down just yet.
Yeah, we've seen Devo spray used on Inteleon and then.
Yep, and then Scoop up net down. Yep. No way to reset the melodic.
Blower down?
No, blower is in
not.
Chucky's hand right now.
Yep.
I've seen him get ioted into it. Can't really make out too much else in his hand, but I know I've seen the blower.
Gosh, that scoop up net's actually devastating. Because no way to reset the melodic now means that SBO has control in the long game resource war. He has control of it anyway over the duration of how many Pete hunts he can do versus how many times we can melodic, but it's just he just forced one more out of Chucky.
Yeah.
Just a raw Belelba and Bryson, man, hitting the one more reset. It's pretty gross.
Pretty strong card.
There's Versus Seeker. Versus Seeker Guzma. I'd mentioned that this is still out there. But then what?
One time.
This is really going to come down to the fact that Chucky can't get through one more Pokemon. I think it's possible, right? You just take, what, the Cinchino off the board? Yeah. Still have the Inteleon. Potentially. To attack. But
I think we're at the bottom of the deck, though.
Yo, this is where I hated burning that rope earlier. Like, I really didn't like having to go that route. It burnt me. Play like that almost burnt me in Atlanta. Like, you want to leave that rope as long as you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because now you have no way of getting that guy out the active now.
Yeah,
Oh,
now
Hey guys, just a heads up, 3 minutes left.
does SBO, is there ever a world where SBO wins in a deck out situation here? Yeah, I think that's what we're going for, right?
Yep.
Yep. Gallermine gonna stick it. And SBO never loses the sloop. It just doesn't. Pete Hunt for Belelba and Bryson Man versus Seeker. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's game over, guys. Now, if you're Chucky, draw. Read your cards.
He just top decked Inteleon. Not sure what gets you out of here, though.
Nothing. I'm telling you. Nothing gets you out of it. But now there's 3 minutes left. You're playing to not. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Balloon's still in the deck. I had no idea. Air balloon's still in the deck. So we need what? 1 energy to retreat, plus the air balloon.
Balloon. Right there. You got the stadium bump.
Yep.
Field blower deluxe.
Okay. But we're not one-hitting this.
No.
So it's tight. We're really close here. But again, this is like this is what Chucky needed.
Put that max potion on the bottom.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh man, this is so good. Great play from Chucky here.
Absolutely.
I'm losing it. Hey, here, I'm actually listen. Sorry, Spencer. I'm losing it. Hands up. We're on the roller coaster, boys.
Yep. The game's just shaping up to be.
Swing 130. Let's go. Here we go.
Yeah. I do want to add. Oh,
You're
max
joking
potion.
me. You're joking me, bro. Did
How
we
many
not?
cards did he have in deck?
Did he?
Check, please.
It was like 2.
Did Was it 2? I mean, look at the.
He had a big hand, and there's only 5 cards left in deck.
Yeah, I guess so. Chucky owned him down, though. It felt like to. I don't know, man.
Suppose he does have 3 prizes and then top deck.
I mean, this game's over. This is over. Chucky, 100%. If he can't win this game right here, you just play cards. There's 45 seconds in the round, guys. If you're Chucky, now I'm gonna say this because like this is what you do if this is a legitimate tournament scenario and you're playing for big cash. If you're Chucky right there, you put that energy down. You look at your cards for a few seconds because we are right at time. Now SBO is going to get 2 turns, right? But he can't take 3 over the course of 2 turns. So it's still a moot point. I think that this still goes to a tie.
Hey, guys, we're at time. So
unless he can
SBO turns 0 and then Chucky's 1.
Yeah. See, so then that becomes the reality of it. SBO probably has the board state that wins this game for him in terms of the loop, but I just don't know that it ever like pans out because I don't think that Chucky, you're not scooping this scenario for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can't, you take the tie.
It feels bad, but
I'm gonna pop right back in, guys.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Feels a little bad, but at the same time, like Chucky's played incredible in this matchup to be navigating SBO getting to the bottom of their deck as quickly as they did.
Yeah, that's what we're kind of saying. Like the onus is on the control player. Like you can have this insurmountable board state, but like you're gonna have to put initiative with cards like Philip Bryson, man, and you're gonna have to take that initiative early and often. That way, you don't get to the time. And I understand that like playing cards here and there in between there may, complicate the equation, but in the end, it's on you as a control player to finish it out for sure.
Yeah, that's tough. So we definitely see that match result in a tie at the top. So David currently is the only 3-0 in the tournament at this time. We do see that David probably will get paired into one of SBO or Chucky for their chance at a 4-0 tonight. Pretty exciting. You see Ghoul's picking up another win, going to 2-1 over Venom. So he's looking to finish out in the top 4 tonight, potentially.
Yeah, we love the 0-1 bounce backs. Notably last week, all 4 Blazers lost round 1, but finished strong. Me and Spencer both won out. 6-0 between the both of us on that home stretch of games. There was no lay down in us.
No.
We didn't drop. We just chose to finish out strong. Yeah, crazy week last week though for those of you that don't know.
All right. So we're about 3 minutes past time. Spence is working on getting some of these matches resolved so that we can push into our 4th and final round of the night. All of these tournaments in the Turboblaze Trials will be 4 rounds max. So earning a badge is as easy as going 4-0 in one of the events. You don't necessarily have to be the only 4-0, but in tonight's scenario, it looks like we probably will have only one true undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Let me get a quick drink real quick. I'm gonna set the camera.
oh, sure. Go ahead.
I don't see it anywhere in the details, but it doesn't.
And we'll turn Spence and Ozcam off for just a second so that we got Lee's cam up and kind of minimize that down so that it doesn't look so stark there. But to everyone who is choosing to hang out with us again tonight, this wonderful Friday, thank you for your time and patience with some of the technical difficulties we've had, but everything's been pretty smooth sailing since that first round. A little bit of audio issues, but nothing too major for the most part. All right, Spence. What's it looking like, boss?
No, come in. Huh?
And just a few minutes after the timeouts here, Spence looks like he's working through getting some of these last matchups concluded. Let's see. Where are we at, Spence? You got any idea? So just getting word from Spence, guys, that Chucky did concede to SPO in the last round of our tournament. So we will have 2 players at 3-0, David and SPO, looking to complete a badge run for the night. Spence just was letting us know that. So he was coming back in, checking in from their table.
Looks like 2 of the Blazers let the guys go to time and take the wins tonight, right? Goalies in round 1 look like to be in a similar situation as Chucky there.
Yeah.
And they got paired against each other in the final round.
Mm-hmm.
And Lee, you can pop your camera back on for us whenever you get a second. I don't know if you realized it was off or not when you got back, but
Yep. Yeah, 1 moment.
perfect.
Turboblaze.
Alright, so it looks like we will probably head straight to table 1. Probably be the easiest thing to do, right, guys? Stream the championship round or the badge round.
For sure.
We'll flip around our left player here and get their name up on the board. It is David. David, what type's David playing, Spence? Can you tell me?
David's playing Psychic tonight.
Psychic, okay.
Monkey
Gengar.
plus Cephalon. Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, no doubt. Monkey paying plus a field blower at the right time can send a Ursaluna.
He does have the Giratina. I was gonna say, I remember popping in. He was playing Ghouls earlier, and he had the Giratina, and I was like, "Wait, I thought Logan said he did." So
Is
I
it
wanted
in
to
his
double
list?
check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Giratina's in the list, right under Blacephalon.
Cool. Alright.
Wow, that would have been a gas first hand. Popping a Mystery Energy, VIP pass. You love to see it, right?
All the good stuff, right?
All the good stuff.
Yeah, pop and VIP pass that bring me flashbacks back to Tune Last Conquest. Jeez, man.
It's like you can't ask for more.
Mhm.
You know why? Because they've already got it as an ability.
Right.
Yeah, buddy. Huh. How much do you guys think the Monkey Dory comes up in this matchup?
Fixes map on Ursaluna if you can find field blower and Gallade at the right time.
Right, exactly. That's the exact scenario that it would come up in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you're going to have to make... Now, unlike in the previous matchup where we saw Chucky try to start using his pings on support Pokemon, in this matchup with the Monkey, you can actually use those 3 pings to add up to take multiple prizes in a turn. It actually can be a reality. Like, we did see SBO leave the Inteleon on the board last game, which did look like it left Chucky outlets to be able to ping multiple turns. But it's not as consistent as like a Monkey ping with Giratina attacking turn in and turn out.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Monkey starting a rotom here. Artisan hitting the field. Gonna give the rotom an attack. I assume SPO is going to be looking for his own Pokestopper, whatever, after his fan call anyway, though.
Yes. Hmm. Yeah, I don't necessarily love the Artisan being played. Turn one going first, but if that's what you got, it's what you got, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they already have Rotom.
Oh my goodness. Who do they think they are?
You can attach and retreat, yeah. That'll stop Rotom.
That will.
Thinking about mentioning the not too. I don't see why you wouldn't, though. Maybe.
Worried about like a Guzma?
Sure. At this point, you got to know that you have the Xatu in the deck or not, though, also with the Artisan search. Maybe you didn't remember seeing it in there.
Yeah, it could be.
Because this is certainly a matchup where you want to be sure. You don't want to just be throwing stuff on the field against control.
Yeah, David, a very good control player as well. Badges on the interweb and in person with Savelock. So they definitely should know a little bit about this style of matchup. We'll see. I wonder if like the Natu is just a trap, if the Zatu is just a trap. You know what I mean? It's like how he kept bringing up Frosmoth.
Because
Yeah,
the
like
Max Potion and the Cheryl, I believe, do not heal the conditions from the Pokemon. So maybe you can even monkey attack to confuse the Ursaluna. That's 60. If you can ping over the course of 2 turns, that's 60 more, 120. And then if you have the Lux Cape, then you would still need 160. So there's a world where a combination of 1 monkey attack plus 2 pins or 2 monkey attacks, and that's not even accounting for confusion, could also lead even a cape to Ursaluna to be brought down. Got to imagine SP would like to find escape rope or something here. That way he could fan call.
right.
Football.
See the Minchino in hand, probably go get Chinchino here, you would imagine.
We just pitched there as Kitty. Yeah, roping to like Culver family would be pretty heinous right about now. Or even just, it doesn't necessarily even have to be that, like rope just fan calls also.
Yeah.
Culver family would be really good insurance right here. Just pass. Wobbuffet putting in work. See Artisan. Imagine this time it's got to be for like Ralts if it's there. Yeah, no energy either from SPO, notably too. David putting the artists on there, leaving the Rotom even for an attack. If it could have found recycle or one of those other energies, you could have just be one more turn away from being able to deal with the Wobbuffet.
Yeah, he had ignition in hand, but
Not worth it.
not at all. But the ignition is a cool update to the deck because if it was to donk, you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to mention. I was like, you at least can attack with the ignition energy with Phantom Tom, as opposed to the triple XL where you would not be able to get it to stick past the first condition with it not being evolution Pokemon. Yeah, counting as a colorless energy for basic Pokemon also is huge.
Huge. There's a Guzma.
Okay, abilities online. We'll be able to see a trade here. Got a Floatstone pivot too.
Yep. Machino coming down.
I imagine we're looking for energies here.
Looking for a color.
Now maybe the ignition becomes worth it. See if he had to do it. The ignition, yeah. I like that play. Ursa hitting the field too is super big. At this point, what's David's turn look like? I think best case scenario, you just want to recover the Ralts, maybe get down a. Do you even want to put down an NK here? I'm not even sure if that's right. Haven't seen David have energy either. Looks like we are looking at the NK here off the Artisan. Potentially going back in here. Don't see a shuffle. Raihan? Okay. David has a pivot in his hand. He could go Rainbow Energy, retreat, move it to Rotom, knockout. That's probably what best case scenario looks like.
I'll just do it with Gengar, right?
Makes sense. You still have to have a way out of the active, though, right?
How much HP on that little Pidgey? 40?
I have no idea, honestly. I don't think it would have more than 50 if the Pidgeotto has 60.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be so funny is if they printed a Pidgey with 70, and then Pidgeotto was stuck there with 60 HP. That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny. I wonder if, like the fish being 30, if the little birds are all 50.
Yeah, I think so, right? Because even Natu's printings are like 40, 50. I don't think I've personally ever seen a Pidgey above 50. The more that I'm thinking about it. Maybe there's some 61s. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'll have to do some research after this. Kind
I
of
was gonna
curious.
say we'll have to look into that.
Mhm. Pretty sure the shiny Culver family Pidgey has 50 HP. I'm pretty sure that's the one. I'd imagine that SPO is running. Searches for 2. I'm pretty sure that guy has 50.
I've been muted for just a second, guys. But so from what I'm hearing is there is a Pidgey that is 60 HP because this is like a thing that came up in Charizard EX this past year. There's a 60 HP Pidgey, but people were playing the 50 one up until Dusclops came out because of the call for family. So then everyone switched to the 60 afterwards.
Makes a lot of sense.
So it is weird seeing that Pidgey, and then I'm going to pull SBO's deck up. I just want to make sure that the Pidgeotto is 62. Like, I'm 90% sure, but...
Yeah, I'm almost certain Pidgeotto's 60.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? So you could have a 60 HP Pidgey evolve into a 60 HP Pidgeotto.
Yeah, that's insane. That has to be the only case in that, right? Surely there's
I think
not
so.
there.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a weird like Shedinja Ninjask or something like that. But other than that, you gotta imagine that's the only one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I said Shedinja Ninjask and then called the baby. The locust.
Couple 60 HP Pidgeys, actually, guys, looking at it. But
Just a knockout there from Fan.
Mm-hmm.
Are they all like newer Scarlet and Violet ones, or have they been
No.
printing them for a little bit?
yeah, there's some older ones. Yep.
That's so funny.
I'm taking 2 so far. Here we go. Evo Instance can be able to patch either one of the accelerators here. Haven't seen a ton of energy in David's hand. I believe the one was in the bin, and then he just right on couldn't attach another one, or didn't have the attachment for the other one last turn.
Yeah, get this. So in Team Up. So Team Up is where this Pidgeotto is from. Okay.
Mhm.
In Team Up, there was a 60 HP Pidgey. So in the same set,
Wow.
you could evolve from a 60 HP Pidgey into a 60 HP Pidgeotto.
And the same set is crazy, yeah.
There was also a 50 HP, and that's the one that we probably all know from the theme decks. From, if any of you guys are from the old days of, PTCG Online, the Collect Pidgey was the one that was played in the theme deck. And it is 50 HP.
Mm-hmm. I gotta love a good collector one.
It's a hilarious conversation about birds. You never know what you'll run into at a Friday night Turboblaze Trials stream.
Dude, it's round 4. We're bird walking, right?
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Darkness onto the monkey.
So we are going to start seeing some damage move around if it's able to be put on the board here.
Like we got Zawtoo. Is that Gengar? Has to be, right?
Like that or Blacephalon.
Speaking of Blacephalon, Blacephalon is next turn. And gotta say, if SPO doesn't get this this bear evolved pronto, it might not have a chance to get evolved.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing there. Charging up onto this Blacephalon for next turn. I mean, you even could start dealing damage counters this turn. I don't think that it's like the worst thing you could be doing. What's in the
Or the
active
Gengar
right now?
or
Gengar? Yeah. So you're taking a KO on the fan. Okay. That's what I didn't know what the active was, Lee.
Nice stretch, yeah. There's the bear. Need to start finding pieces to do stuff with it though, because notably had to use the ignition energy for the first fan attack on the gust on the Rotom.
Right.
We're not super sure what else is in the hand. Looks like it's just an Iono here, which makes me like David's last turn a little bit more, like future proofing himself.
Agreed, Lee. Yep. Just says go ahead and take a knockout on this Gengar. Like I'm daring you to, literally.
Yeah, you're gonna bring it right back. That the monkey energy is there. One is ready.
There's a trade
I
for
think
the
kind of forces you to find the cape this turn too, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what SPO's digging. I mean, he's clearly trying to
Yes,
see more
Max
cards
Potion,
here.
putting it on. Find Surge. That's not quite it. Finds the dog, puts it down.
Just gonna run. Yeah. Yep. Is there ever a world where David can get enough damage to ping down this Pokédoll? I don't believe so. It would take 30 additional damage on his side of the board to be able to move, and I just don't know a way that he can get there. We know Rainbow Energy can drop 10 damage on his Pokemon, but Gengar being in the active right here, not being knocked out, means that it's not coming back and applying damage. So
yeah, you would need like scoop up nets, plus like pitch the Gengar, plus like bring Giratina back into play / Rainbow would be like kind of the line there, right?
Yep.
Research, okay. That's a lot of supporters. Crispin, see a Curlia. I wanted to say it was like Goose Hollow or something in the middle. Couldn't quite catch what that was.
What do you think he's digging for, Lee, at this point to get rid of all of that?
Man,
Probably just like energy return, even, because like we don't see any pitched on that.
yeah, like what's the best line look from here? We got 4 prizes from STO still now. Yeah, 4. So you're not preemptively coming up with Blacephalon unless if you have recovery in your hands. It looks like we're going in for Giratina. Charging it up at least. With the Zawtooth.
Yeah, and I like that. Just trying to establish another attacker. We want to be able to stream these attackers in this spot. And perfect with the Giratina to be able to start manipulating some monkey math, as we call it.
Yeah, because the thing here is, even though you're not taking the prize on the doll, you're still putting the 4 damage counters on your Pokemon, right? Like
Exactly.
that's the
Yes.
big sell here. We see the nets.
Oh man, so we almost had it, Lee. Right?
Uh-huh.
We
How
almost
much
had it.
retreat that Gengar?
I would imagine it's probably 2. I'll check real quick.
Yeah, because like we still have to use Malamar here. We know we've seen Rhyhorn a time or two. I'm not sure if there's another one in the bin to get the Malamar into the retreat without like a tool here, because you'd have to give up the monkey energy if not.
Yeah, it's a 2 retreater. That
Okay, so
Gengar.
this tells me you have Dimension Valley in hand now. Yeah, you have to, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Yep.
okay. So Dimension Valley bump.
Okay, I like it.
Lining up pretty well, isn't it?
Ooh, with the spell tag, that's
The
gonna
spell tag.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like a pretty good turn.
Uh-huh. Monkey Dory's gonna start doing some stuff. How much HP on that Ditto is all I'm asking.
I'll check for you. I got you back on cam. I can do the nitty gritty now. That Ditto is a 70 HP Mon. 70
70 in
HP.
black and white here?
Yeah,
Wow.
70 HP, 1 retreat,
And a broken ability.
and a broken ability in transform. Correct. It's from Boundaries Crossed.
I remember ripping those packs when I was like 19 years old. Some time ago. Had a little bit of money back then. Love me some Boundaries Crossed. Keldeo. Blastoise. What's that? Is this Haku?
Explorer's Guidance.
Guidance, okay.
Literally the same card. Spiritual successors of one another, essentially. One of those only scenarios in Gym Leader Challenge where the text of the card reads almost exactly the same. I think it like literally is the exact same, but the cards are named different, so you can play them both.
The Mallow Cipher effect.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up the Ditto here. Is this attackers or something? Yeah, it looks like it's a sack.
Literally the exact same text on the cards, by the way. Oh yeah, no, I like that because like that's not a Pokemon that is like premierly gonna get scoop up, right? So if SBO has to burn a scoop up net on a Pidgeotto, then you still have the Pidgey in range of getting pinged the next turn. So like it doesn't matter if you still kind of have that loop of okay, well you can still ping it the next turn, and then your ping the next turn still KOs.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is no matter what, that Pidgeotto combo could be on a 3-turn clock.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. What's that? Flowstone on Machino or Chinchino? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. He does have the pivot. But we've seen this out of both games so far from SBO's side. Like, both players have, in SBO's games against, kind of rushed out to these early leads. And SBO has been able to churn through the deck, get to the bottom, and establish, really nasty Ursaluna plays, being able to just swing in turn after turn with its bulky bump attack. Haven't seen it established quite this game yet, but every turn that goes by, SBO does get a little bit deeper into the deck, and we know that Fan Rotom already jumped out and took a couple of prizes early for SBO, so he is not in the worst scenario having to come from a position where he's going to have to be making some plays over the next couple of turns. But we definitely need to see him get to move him. That hand is huge, guys. Looks like a book there.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I'm going to pause this real quick. I just got a message from RC Jacket of something I'm expecting, and I think it'd be kind of cool to show. So I'm going to look at that and send it to you.
Full energy in hand. Got Pokestop off with that Brangaroo. Also, Galar Mine. Here's a Versus Seeker. Probably looking for Guzma here. Yep. Guzma's really big to get around the spell tag here, too. Pokestop hitting the recycle energy. Triple Cell was committed.
Ooh,
Reset
and a
stamp.
nasty reset stamp. Yeah.
Yeah, without the Glade established, not being able to cherry pick a Guzmar and Arvin here, finding your tools, Mystery Energy is committed onto the field. You're gonna really be reaching to get out of here.
And we see the.
I think it was a Pete Hunt.
It was a Pete Hunt, Lee. It was a triple acceleration for Pete Hunt for Versus Seeker and Recycle Energy.
Yeah. I kind of thought that it had to be a Pete Hunt angle this turn just because of the recycle hitting the bin via Pokestop.
Right.
Because if you're going to be wanting to use Max Potion and stuff, recycle is just non-negotiable. You have to have that.
That's the only card, right? Like you have to have.
Yeah. Because you can just grab like triple Cell and Dust next turn if you really want it. If he's not able to move here.
There goes that Pidgeotto though. That was the freebie KO that was set up last turn. So no pressure lost in terms of the prize race, but David definitely falling behind here in terms of this Pokemon being in the active that is not doing any meaningful damage this turn.
Finding a little bit of dig though in the Xatu. With the Valley Bump getting the third energy to the Guillotine, that's pretty big here. See what he finds.
Gosh, Lee, I hate getting stuck. I don't think there's anything more that I hate in the Pokemon TCG world than having my Pokemon with that I know has to be on the board with a pretty high retreat cost and just having it brought into the active and said, yeah, go ahead. Your turn.
We've seen it every
there we go.
So far. I mean, Milo Plump has the ability to abuse dust. We've seen it with the Captivating Salsa. We see it here with Colorless Control, Counter Catcher, Guzma, and then Pete Hunt, wash your hands and repeat.
Gosh.
Lower used. That's big. Tenacity.
Okay.
I would have loved to see the blower held for the
Lux Cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's on the Ursaluna right now?
I don't think anything currently.
What about the recycle? Didn't he just Pete Hunt?
He Pete Hunted for the recycle.
Yeah.
So he pitched a triple off of the Pete
to
Hunt
do that.
to
I understand.
That. Yeah, so if he has Max Potion in hand, then we can
just he does.
Yeah, so we're just eliminating that last turn. All right. It's tough, and SPO's got to be getting close to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. We see Cheryl and Max Potion in him. Absolutely heinous. Notably, though, there is
Surge.
damage on the board.
That spell
And
tag.
And the spell tag is what I was just looking at.
How many damage counters is that for spell tag?
4.
Yeah. And both triples are in the discard pile right now,
Oh,
so
man.
grabbing recycle last turn tells me, yeah, this is going to be like a.
He can't take a knockout here.
Yeah, it's going to be just
Unless he
another...
gets Kate.
Well,
Unless he gets Kate.
Special charge.
I don't
but
think he will. We just saw a Lieutenant Surge, and we're going to get a Guzma here as well. So this is just another let's take it slow angle. Let's force resources that he may or may not have. Attach, retreat into the damaged Ursaluna. Gallermon, but no attack coming off this turn. And the healing comes down there from the Cheryl, from the second supporter per turn. So we had Surge into Guzma into Cheryl. And SBO is, like I said, getting to the bottom of that deck. What can David do to move this Xatu out of the active? We see the U-turn board committed. We see the mystery energy down.
Field blower has been used too, so you can't just blow the mine in your own U-turn.
Yep, Gallermon making that Xatu's retreat cost 2 rather than the 1.
Dimension Valley and Artisan both notably are down also.
They are, yes.
So like Lucamine plus Attach gets you here, I suppose.
Man, and we had a Clairvoyant Sense used there to put that energy on to Malamar. You know, preemptively saying, all right, I'm not going to get this thing stuck. A rescue stretcher coming down now to pull out Curlia, Wobbuffet, and Ralts and shuffle those back into the deck for David. Wonder if we have a way to search one of those out. Don't see a deck reorganized quite yet, so possibly, yeah. Quick ball coming down here. Quick balling away the mysterious treasure. So, yeah.
Yikes.
Probably going to get that Ralts back into play, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Certainly, right?
We need that Gallade, I would think, Spence. Yep. Lee's already.
Because that's how you win the game.
That. Yep.
Is a Gallade into a Monkey Ping.
Yep.
Yeah, at this point, you're down field blower, so you got to line that up really soon here.
Follow, yeah.
Gets to the bottom.
Oh.
And what is that? Is that the Cape? Yeah.
Lux Cape, yeah.
Cape. A little bit glare on that card, but Cape and Recycle Energy attached to that Ursaluna now for everyone watching.
Get back the Delcatty line. That's a rescue carrier.
Yep. Gladian.
Must be some.
Well, I mean, we see immediately that there's one very key piece there in the PAL pad. I don't know what he elected to grab instead, but...
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine you need the PAL pad for the loop, no?
Yeah, the PAL pad's super important, but if you start taking KOs beforehand, then there's a world where you can just get back into it, right? You also have the Gladian there, so it's essentially a 50-50 once you take one of these prize cards. And I imagine that SBO having the last round kind of come down to a time crunch probably needs to start moving here again. 4 prizes left to take, 6.5 minutes on the clock. So
7 minutes flat.
Okay. Our timer on screen's a little bit off.
We know how good SPO is as a control pilot and stuff. What we were saying just before this round was like the kind of onus is on you to finish the game. If there's only so many times where you can ignore those triple energies when you're Pete hunting, and you know what I mean, especially if Rotom's taking, like you said, like just 2 knockouts, you got to be able to close the game out too. So for sure, it's game.
I've saw people play this list over the last 2 knots, and I've kind of thought both knots that there was a better way to do things. I don't know if it is, less
It looks like
control,
SPO
more.
is really just trying to play around the Blisseth turn, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Like, is that why you're not knocking anything out here? Like,
I mean, it has to be. He's got to be looking for probably Gust knockout on the Blacephalon, but in the same vein, right?
he's had the gust on it, but yeah, like I said, like without Pete hunting for them triple
Yeah.
energies, like, you can get Versus Seeker as much as you want, but you're not swinging
Mm-hmm.
for damage, right? That's why I was a little surprised not to see like Versus Seeker and one of the triples be the targets of that last Pete hunt.
I'm telling you, bro, I would be bulky bumping, healing, bulky bumping, Pete hunting for a triple and a heal. We'd be bulky bumping every other turn, bro. This and that may be wrong on me. That's just like how my head has like seen it over the last couple of days, though. It's like there have been positions where it can be super aggro. Here comes Surge. Surge into Guzma. Guzma bringing back up that Zatu. Like, I think that SPO is identifying, honestly, Lee, that his win condition is not taking another knockout at all.
Yeah.
You get that feeling? You get that sense?
Yes, he looks like he's lining his resources up enough to be able to go into that Bella loop. Yes.
Yeah, once he gets him into that loop, though, you're looking at 5 cars left in deck. We've seen it's just almost impossible to get out of it. I mean, you can catch him slipping, but
like if you Bella and you see like Tulip, then I think that's okay. That your next play is like Guzma or something to try to just close out the game, taking prizes like here, attack.
yeah.
But I just don't think that's like what we're looking at here.
And Spence, I don't really have a great way to throw that up on stream because of like everything that I've got running. It just like it'll throw us off the table if I like go jump on that. But what Spence sent me, for anyone wondering, some cool news. RC Jacket, one of the local custom card creators in the community, has been working on us some special Turboblaze style fire energies. So I'll have a way to have those up, a picture of them up on stream next week.
I throw them in the server.
Yeah, and we'll put them in the server. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yep.
Super cool. Shout out RC to go.
Yeah, dude, you should see him. He did the star background.
Yeah,
I think it's
so
from
cool.
the I think it's the holographic cards from the classic collection. That hollow pattern. With like the stars and the bling. And then it's the same Reshiram fire energy. That guy's got some technology, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like the mirror hollow foils that we play with, that we love, the Japanese mirror hollow foils.
Mm-hmm.
So we identified the power pad off of there. Here we go. Bella.
Yep, here we go.
Surge.
Evo, Soda, and Gengar.
So we're in the loop too. We got to the bottom right at the correct time. Now let's see this scenario play out. We do not have the draw to be able to see both of those cards just yet, right?
Right.
No dig. So it's only going to be 1 per turn.
Well, the Mencino's down, so next turn.
Oh, yeah, that's that custom Mencino. Yep, I missed that. Mm-hmm.
Guzma.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Also see, we got Blade online.
Bro, I'm
What
taking
would the
out that
word,
Minchino. I'm taking out the Minchino.
Oh yeah.
100%. I know that like it's relying on him seeing if he sees Balelba and Bryson Man off that card, he can't play it. If he sees Hex or if he sees Surge, then he can Surge and play Hex and do some other shenanigans, but that 100% is the target if you're going to Guzma and take a KO here. Oh, man. Goes after the Del Caddy. Elects to just move the 30 onto the Minchino.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter which way you do it, but again, saying that Minchino is...
Well, watch this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're in Blacephalon 4 damage counters onto that Minchino. See ya!
It was Palpat and Scoop Up Net that he brought up?
Balelba and Bryson, man. Balelba's the rest of the deck. GG's, that's game. Yep. Cool. So, what that means is David will be our winner of the Turboblaze trial tonight with Socket.
Wait, am I missing something?
I think, right? SPO, Balelba, and Bryson Man that last turn. Balelba and Bryson Manning. Was David at the... Did David have any cards left in deck?
No, I think he discarded the last two, and then off the Pete Hunt, it was Scoop Up Net and Palpat. So he'd have been able to put a card back, SBO with, and David would not have had cards.
Ah, okay. So that's what I was wondering, Lee. I didn't know that David was out of cards in deck that turn as well. So
yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Okay. Spence, you get us some clarification. Make sure, and we will...
Make sure what?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's what happened.
Yep. SPO1. Yep. Evan confirming in the chat. Gosh, I'm stumbling over my words. Bless my heart. Take me on the church. Put me on the prayer list. All right. So let's pull up this final standing board. As it sits here, SPO does win the night with the colorless control deck. It's been a good week for that deck for the Ursaluna style archetype, as we've seen it now win both Full Grip and Turboblaze Trials in the same week, and proving that it's definitely a powerful archetype. Lee, I think we both kind of seen it, mow down some competition or not, and create game states that were perfectly, crafted to make a control player's eyes light up, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, watching it win consecutive nights and me being tuned into the Full Grip stream yesterday, I watched it firsthand, what it was capable of. And, obviously I did some homework from the 3K and, was able to identify like some strengths and weaknesses in the deck. And yeah, it's absolutely gross. And you called it tonight. We've seen it in there. We didn't see no box, which is the one thing that can kind of keep it in check with like early Lost City play.
Yeah.
Like that's really like your only look at it, right? Like you just got Lost City the Bear, when you can, and then just hope that Rotom can't take 6 prizes, or because they could still run your resources low to an extent, but they're not going to be able to be grabbing just 2 cards back every single time.
Right.
And that's how you...
Yep. Well, Lee, from me, personally tonight, I think that it was another awesome tournament. Again, 20 players in the house. Turns out to be a really, really exciting night. I got, we'll see the top results when they come in, but we've got David at 3-1, Ghouls at 3-1, Spooky at 3-1, Stack at 3-1, and then SBO taking down the night at 4-0 with colorless control Ursaluna. A big congratulations to him. I know he's one of our really good friends, so always happy to see him doing well in these tournament spaces. One more time, finally, thank you to our partners over at Collectors Connection. Lastly, go check out their website at Collectors Connection Duluth so that you can find their event schedule, get into some of those play testing and some of those games with those guys over there in Duluth. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for hanging out. From me, myself, Lee, and Spencer, have a awesome rest of your night, and we'll see you guys on the next one.